Is this thing on? Oh, hey guys, I'm back in the GM chair. Been a while. I'm also doing it twice this week. But stick tuned to hear more about that at the break. So, hey, as usual, I'm going to go through some blurbs, read out a bit, let you know what we got going on here at the EC, and then crack on with our recap and get back to playing some D&D after a long hiatus. So, you can find our first foray into the world of podcasting wherever you usually get your podcasts. For me, it's usually Spotify, but there's Apple Podcasts and a bunch of other things that I don't know, as well as our Patreon. But No Silver Linings is a Call of Cthulhu podcast by Mark Corrigan of Shunnock Games, and it features 15 episodes of chilling horror set in Silvermines, County Tipperary in 1919. You can also catch the Violet Madness returning to the Emerald Collective in its podcast form, where we have an episode 0 that recaps the story so far and sets the scene for the adventurous quest to rid the land of Castonia from the magical disease known as the Violet Madness, the titular malady. And I believe episode 11 is available on all platforms now, with episode 12 having dropped on our Patreon last week and due out on general release soon. It's a great listen, both of them are. Mark does an amazing job at world building. He's really one of the best I've come across. So if you guys want to listen to something tabletop oriented on your commute or anything like that, I cannot recommend them enough. Speaking of No Silver Linings, and this kind of lead in with some of the other stuff you can get on our Patreon, that is also available, as well as its prequel adventure on, I believe, Drive-Thru RPG at the moment under Shunnock Games. I think you can buy those now. Speaking of that, our Patreon is live, and you can head over there by clicking the link that will periodically pop up in chat. Depending on the tier you choose, you're going to receive some original monsters, magic items, and maps to use in your game. The maps are made by Kate here. It's a map IRE. Kate, are your commissions open currently?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you want a map commissioned there for any games you have coming up there, Kate's your best bet. Like, honestly, great rates and amazing quality work. There's also an opportunity to get early access to our podcasts on this. As I said, you will also get discounts on select items at drivethrurpg.com, shoutouts on stream, and bonus content, as well as discounts on commissions from It's a Map and Liz Shanknavi, formerly known as Zorbsart, who is responsible for a lot of the art done for the layout of the Patreon, for example, our logo and the likes. We've also added a $1 tier for those folks that would like to show their support but can stretch to the $5 or $10 tiers. I don't know why we use American money. I think it's just what Patreon sets to, but that's not too far off the euro amount, I believe. If you don't have the coin to spare, though, you can give our Patreon a follow and get a free original monster and magic item for your trouble, plus even more free content on occasion. I believe Dave has thrown up a lot of the one-shot maps he's used there that Kate has made. There are a lot of them are up over there on the Patreon there at the moment. If you're looking to stock up on just, general fantasy maps that are just useful to have, it's a real good resource to pop on there. So another benefit of our Patreon is that we'll actually shout you out if you are, I suppose, a subscriber to it. They're of a certain tier or higher. And today's is actually our very own Cian Scully, who is one of our players on it. So thanks, Cian, for giving us your money. So
I don't have enough of it.
Well, you're giving us some anyways.
Yeah.
So remember to thank our, sorry, I'm reading directly from the script here. I'm not supposed to do that. I'd like to thank first of all Becca at Quadruple Bacon for the amazing character art for this campaign. You can find her on most socials, I believe, at Quadruple Bacon. I don't know if her commissions are open there or anything like that, but if you're looking for character arts, she's well worth a reach out. I know I'll be reaching out to her again soon for something for one of our other games there, depending on whether we survive in Suffer On. So I'm going to go through the blurbs and what's coming up next at our break halfway through the stream. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it off and pass you around the table to our adventurers, let them introduce themselves. So if you give me 1 second here. Yeah, we'll start with Kate playing Kiva.
I'm Kate. Before I introduce Kiva, I want to ask our DM, benevolent DM, that we have 9 inspos left over from the game that we played with Rep.
You have those.
We can use them. Okay, I'll put them in after.
Yeah, somebody gave money for that, so I'm more than happy for you to use them. Plus, if they're in the inspo pool, I can use them. So
yeah, I'll top up myself and Arthur because we don't have any, and then I'll put the others in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So
I was happy
I'm
if
Kate.
somebody gave stuff.
Yeah. I'm Kate. As Carrick says, I made some maps, so I made maps, obviously. But in this game, I'm playing Kiva Windspear. She wears the robes of a monk, but serenity is just a mask. Restless and sharp-eyed, she moves like someone always expecting a fight, because she is. Once a trusted weapon of a hidden order, Kiva vanished into obscurity, her name erased, her ties severed. Peace is a lie, she tells herself, because deep down she knows the battle isn't over.
Yeah, and it is far from it. We will eventually get around to that, though, depending on what way we go. Next up, we have Keen playing Arthur.
Hi, I'm playing Asher. Oh, what the fuck's his second name? Kane. Yes, that is what. It's been a long time since I played this character. Asher Kane is the son of a very rich arms dealer. This is something that's only been recently revealed to the party. For the last while, he's been hiding his voice with a perfect accent that was 100% accurate for a region in this fantasy world.
Somewhere. Not where you're supposed to be from, but somewhere.
Somewhere. He may have also gotten himself into... gone a bit too deep into this whole cult stuff. And realizing that knowing too much is not good with this cult, has made a deal with a certain entity that may screw him over later.
May is a strong word.
It will.
Yeah, I suppose weak word is what I meant to say. Yeah, following Arthur, we have, let me see, we have Freya playing Alara.
I am Freya. I get to play Alara tonight. She is my half-elf draconic bloodline sorcerer. She is medium-sized, 6 foot in height, and she wears a striking emerald green dress and has lovely long blonde hair. She also hides a bit of a secret and has yet to kill a living soul.
Yes, Alara is currently the, I won't say pacifist because she has hurt people, but the
She's
anti-murder member of the party. We'll
Yeah,
see how
she-
long that lasts. Honestly, the longer it goes on, the more fun it's going to be when I kind of give you no choice but to break that rule at some stage. So we'll yeah, exactly. Next up, we have the newest member of this party. We have Paddy playing Buddy.
How is? I'm Paddy, and I am playing Buddy solo, half elf, Circle of the Land druid, who is partial alcoholic, harshly divorced, and is holding a festering hate for his mother-in-law.
Yes, that's wouldn't be in character for Paddy to play somebody who doesn't get on with the mother-in-law at all. I definitely haven't entirely fleshed out a character because of his many mother-in-law jokes in chat over the years. So, and last but definitely not least, we have Max played by VPie.
Hi, I'm VPie. I'm eating cheesy chips. That's all.
It's probably what Max is doing now at the moment as well, as you wake
Possibly.
up. Yeah.
Could be my next character.
Yeah, maybe. You
Never
never
know.
know.
Yes.
Cheesy chips is a
I-
character.
We also need a kill counter for Elara as well on the stream.
We do.
So,
Once Alara
see how long it
kills,
stays on
I
zero.
will be asking Kate to pop up a kill counter.
Yeah. Hi. Yes. What am I doing here? VPie playing D&D. Hey, we've done Dungeons and we've done Dragons. What more is there? I'm playing Max Modansky, a barbarian this week, maybe, who has emotional issues and can somehow control the elements with those emotions. He's cool. He's big. It's strong. The end.
Yeah, so just to kind of recap where we left off a few months, about 2 months ago, I think, nearly. Our party last fought a manticore, and it wasn't just a standard manticore, it was a large, razor-backed alpha manticore, for want of a better term. It was nasty, but to be honest, they kind of fucked it up. So I have completely reevaluated how tough this party is and have adjusted. So following that, they made their way back to the Hunter's Lodge, where they made their long rest. Now, upon our watch, Kiva still a bit shaken up from that weird sensation that came over her when the goblins uttered the name Shalgruthar, which can only be assumed to be the deity of or deity, demon, devil, whatever it is that they follow as part of that cult, kind of sat looking into the shadows, and she saw this kind of humanoid shadowy figure just constantly in the peripheral of her vision, no matter where she looked. Having gone back to sleep and alerted the rest of the party, nobody could really report signs of the same. And that's kind of where we left off with that long rest, and we're going to pick back up here the next morning. So, it's about, I'd say you rise kind of with the sun. So it's about 6-7 o'clock at the moment. The heat is starting to come in through the window. It's quite warm in this part of the valley at the moment. It's a bit humid. There is wouldn't say there's a swampland nearby, but there's a small slight bog about 10 kilometers or so near. So, you know, it's kind of in that boggy marshy, kind of starting to get a bit wetter in this section of the land, as a river flows nearby. What are you guys doing as you wake up? Are you just packing up, getting ready to set off, head back to Sun's Grace?
I think Kiva would be saying that, but she'd still be keeping an eye out and telling everybody else as they woke up about the things she saw. So I think she only got to tell Buddy, I think, because she was waking him up.
Can't get rid of that.
Okay, when we get back... Oh, wait, why am I doing the stupid voice? Have to remember to do that when we get back to town. When we get that ring of mind shielding, you wear that straight away, okay?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
After
100.
even promised.
No one... We've already discussed this, I'm pretty sure, but like, I think everyone else is pretty okay. You're not.
What? What's wrong with me?
The more we talk about it, the more likely that it'll become that everyone else is less okay. When you have that mind shielding thing, then we'll have a conversation and I'll explain it. Does that make sense?
Okay. It's not going to make me bark like a dog or anything, is it? Bark like a dog.
Unless it's effective.
No.
No. I never...
It just stops things from getting in and out of your head.
Ooh, I like the thought of that.
Exactly. It's good. It's important. It's useful.
Yeah, it gets quite noisy in there.
Hey.
Not going to comment on that.
As this conversation is ongoing, you 1 second here, let me just have it typed out. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say, Alara, you hear a familiar voice and have a kind of prickle of ascending spell in the back of your head. Hello. Left Sun's Grace early. Found troubling signs near Kha'zam. Symbols, whispers, old magic. Too risky alone. Meet me off the old mountain road north of the Dunhallow. The voice you immediately recognize to be Tharkin, the Raven Knight Paladin, cleric, who was previously helped / traumatized you guys by slaughtering a village. And then as that one finishes up, a second one comes in almost right away. Discovered hidden way into Kha'zam. Sealed crypt west of the road. Ruins still active. Area quiet but uneasy. Bring light and tools. I'll remain nearby within. Now, Kha'zam is an area that you might be vaguely aware of. It is an ancient dwarven capital that is no longer in use. It's a deep city that's been abandoned nearly about 800 years.
Okay, I think at this kind of point, she'd nearly, I don't know, because of all the deep conversations and everything that we've had, and she's so tired, she's probably been like, we'll repeat that kind of word for word as it's coming in and repeat it out to everybody. It's like, I guess he needs us to go there and we need to get our equipment. I guess that's where we're going next.
I will say, Buddy, you know exactly what Dunhallow is. It is, I'll actually bring you on to the map of the Verthorn Valley and kind of highlight the area. Let me see. I believe you should be on the map now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sun's Grace is here. the area you're heading to is about here. Dunhallow is that little shelf there. Now, it's not on the map there, but there's like a wooded area above it that is quite sacred for druids.
Okay. So if it's sacred to me, then I would have known it. I would have possibly been there before at some stage.
Yeah, oh, definitely at some stage. It's an ancient druid circle that's hidden in the small wooded area. It's kind of disused as well. There in that regard, there's been in the last like 20 or so years creeps of dark magic in the area. It just made it not safe. Like druidic rituals have gone wrong and been twisted slightly. It's still, people do occasionally make the pilgrimage to it and to pay their respects, but it wouldn't be an active site of druidic worship or anything.
Yeah, I'd say
it's more of like you go as like a rite of passage and like spend the night in the circle kind of thing. Young druids would.
Okay, I'll say Dunhallow. I know it well, but it's a place that's some feel it's slowly been lost over time.
Lost? How?
To darkness, I suppose, is the best way of putting it.
Ah, that's would be why he wants the light.
Yeah, it used to be a sacred place, and now it's, as I said, under siege and being lost slowly to time. And this Tharkin fella,
Yeah.
You know of the name, buddy. He's known in the area because he's from the nearest city of Kha'zam. He's one of the kind of the Ravenite order. He's a member. He's one of their kind of liaisons with the Valley. He's the one that'd be sent out most often if there's any reports of undead. And he's the guy basically you burnt that dungeon in fear of finding it. If he found it, there would have been a lot more trouble. He's ruthless, merciless, but he seems to fight for the greater good for the most part. Like, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. You get me?
okay. So I think Buddy will say, this Tharkin, as I see him, he's an outsider. You guys trust him or have to take him at his word?
I mean, I trust him.
Not sure.
I trust him to do what he thinks is right. I don't trust what he thinks is right, though, all the time.
No, well, not everybody's perfect, you know. We all make mistakes.
Sorry, I'm just looking at chat there. The Alan Partridge jokes.
And
And,
what does he want of us, Alara, up there? Just bring light?
He needs assistance. What was it again? Sorry, he needs assistance.
1 second here. Found troubling signs near Kha'zam. Symbols, whispers, and old magic. Too risky alone. Meet off the old mountain road north of Dunhallow. Discovered hidden way into Kha'zam. Sealed crypt west of the road. Rune still active. Area quiet but uneasy. Bring light and tools. I'll remain nearby.
Yeah, it seems that he does. Thank you. It seems that he does need our help.
If anybody wants to give me a history check now, variable DCs for a lot of you. I'd say, Buddy, in your case, it's low enough DC, but for the rest, you'd probably be fairly high. Buddy, you're a local, you probably know a bit more about it.
Ooh, 4. My 4s have started
16?
early.
Yeah, get them out of the way.
Buddy.
Yeah, no, I think Alara is the only one who seems to know anything really about it. So, Kha'zam was once a marvel of dwarven engineering, an underground stronghold built deep into the spine of the world, which is the name of this kind of mountain, well, the end of the mountain range here. That's kind of what they call it. Rich with adamantine veins and ancient runes of warding, it thrived for centuries as a bastion of dwarven power, craftsmanship, and arcane metallurgy. It's kind of known that the dwarves, something happened down there. What exactly is not really spoken of. They kind of keep it to themselves. Most history books don't really contain a record of it. Dwarves in the kind of Andromedus area are fairly insular. They don't really venture out of their mountains too often, and have many dealings with the other races. But essentially, all that's really known about it is that about 800 years ago, there was a mass exodus of dwarves from the city, and nobody ever really returned. It was left empty and disused.
Sorry, writing notes. Alara definitely will explain what she knows about Kha'zam to them.
It's Kha'zam, just with a
Kha'zam.
dwarven kind of thing. Yeah, so Kha'zam is like in the I can't do it in a Scottish voice. I actually can't say it, but kind of that dwarven like spelling. It's Khaz apostrophe am, but it translates to chasm in common.
That is perfect. Thank you. She will just explain kind of what she knows about it to everybody. Just let them know, and just take it kind of from there to just because she believes Tharkin, she wants to help him. She doesn't like him being alone, and if it is a strange and unusual place, but kind of uneasy about it, she doesn't want him to stay there on his own.
Be aware that he's likely with his paladins. There was 3 that went with him, but
yeah, but we're better.
Hey, here we are. Is it far from here, buddy?
It's I mean, how far is a piece of string? I mean,
you guys are here. Wood, you're in. Sun's Grace is there. It's about 2 days, including your journey back to Sun's Grace.
Yeah, not far.
Okay.
We as a group, apart from Buddy, know that this guy set fire and destroyed an entire village.
Buddy knows that. Buddy's aware of that. You've explained it.
Oh, he's aware as well.
Yeah, that's why we.
It's been a good few months since that happened. So
yeah. So essentially, yeah.
So we do know that.
This was a kind of reveals to have been infiltrated by the cult, and he took extreme measures on kind of exterminatus anyone that was showing signs of cult involvement.
Well, sometimes you have to burn a few trees to stop a forest fire, so you know. But
yeah, we're not talking about trees. We're talking about people who had lives and all that, and we don't know if this whole cult thing is not irreversible just yet.
Kind of a whole village that he set fire to.
But also, like, he didn't start the fire. It
was always burning while we so we know this one.
No. Like the cultist started the fire. He just didn't put it out. No, he just didn't put it out. He just let it burn to the ground after he dealt with them.
Made the decision to let it burn. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, Buddy's only saying this because he doesn't really know. So assuming he contacts you guys when there's something, most likely what he means is that it's something to do with what's going on, what we don't really want to talk about in case it takes hold in our minds. So
the entity? Is that what we were calling it?
Yes.
Yes, the entity.
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
Kiva, can you give me a wisdom save as you say that?
No, good lord. Let's see. Will it be a 4? It's a 6.
6. Yeah, as you say that, nothing major happens, but for a moment you swear you see that dark shape just leaning out of the woods again.
No, she's not going to say anything. She's just kind of going. Just bear in mind, she's not ever going to say that name again.
Yeah, now in daylight, it still appears to be just pure darkness. Like there's no features. It's just like a vaguely humanoid shape just leaning out of one of the shadows, and then back into it. You blink and it's gone.
Okay, she's going to get a piece of paper.
Yep.
She's going to write on it, I can't say that anymore. If I mean that, I will
Oh,
pull on my earlobe 3 times.
no, I don't think it. The more I'm thinking about it,
Can't it know what you've written?
I don't know.
it's
But
possibly.
she's gonna write that down and give it
alone.
to Arthur because he seems to know what's going on because he's talking about the ring and stuff. So she's like, I'm gonna tug on my ear 3 times when I
Okay.
mean it.
So
Better
I
write that
think it actually doesn't matter what the fuck we call it, because language is subjective, and whatever we decide it is called is what it's called. Fuck.
But then what if we don't call it a name? What if we just go?
That's probably still a thing.
Well, I mean, we could try it. It's not saying the word. It's an elbow. Obviously, it's an elbow, but we.
The possibility is that this might not work, but if we all have a different ridiculous name for this thing, it may not have enough. There might not be enough people who all call it the same thing. Maybe it's the fact that we're all calling it the thing. But if we both call it the thing, that possibly has.
The thing is something
effect.
completely different, and it's honestly probably scarier. So like,
Yeah.
you don't want to get John Carpenter here.
Yeah. So like, if we call it maybe something that already has a name, there might be more. If we call it Jeff. If we call it Jeff, maybe that might not have the
Does
same
anybody know
effect.
what Jeff?
Wisdom said no. You got its true name. And while this is going on, Alara, you do get another hit sending spell. He's like, "Hello, did you get my first message? No response. Oh fuck, it's a goblin."
Guys, we're going to go help Tharkin, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him we're.
Yeah.
we're-
Let's
yeah.
stop it. We'll stop in Sun's Grace first. Get the ring.
Couple of
Oh yeah,
points.
you should probably reply to him. He does get,
Yeah, he
annoyed
gets
we don't
antsy.
reply.
Like, we've been sitting here talking about this for quite some time. So
Let's talk and walk
What
then.
sort of
But
light?
he's also, I think he's just been attacked by a goblin, so I think we kind of need to hurry
He's
this up.
a big elf. He'll be fine.
What sort of light does he need? Does he need torchlight, or does he need godlight?
That's actually a good point. Thank you, Max. Can you clarify that for us, please?
How many words do I get?
Wow.
25, isn't it?
Yeah, but he sent 3 messages. You've not replied to any of them, so I'm happy to say that you can use all 3 replies to kind of just get a longer message. Like I think that the limit on
Just
sending is
bundle
it's a bit annoying personally, and it can be constructive. So I'm fast and loose with it. Generally, just make as long as the message isn't overly long and detailed, I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, no, she'll try to make it really, really small, so it'll be just like message received, on way, will be 2-ish days. What kind of light is required? AKA godlight or regular torchlight. What tools do you need? Kill the goblin.
A few minutes pass. Ugh, the goblins are dead. Both kinds? If you have divine light, I mean, that's hard to come by, but it's helpful. Big cave system down here, so general caving tools. Ask the dwarves in town, they'll know. And that's all.
Alara, yeah, because Alara wouldn't have a notion
It's
of
like
what.
it's
kind of
like
stuff is.
just like your average like rope and pythons, hammers, kind of like.
Oh yeah, no, she
Maximum
grew up
stuff.
in nobility and stuff, and she doesn't do hard labor.
Yeah.
So she'll say, she's like, okay, received. Will be 2 days. We'll bring snacks. Be safe. Bye.
Forgot to say over.
Over and out. She will just say to the guys like, okay, so Tharkin needs us. We need all the light, and she'll turn to Max, going, godly light and little light and
Okay.
stuff for digging.
Okay. We'll go spelunking.
Sounds like we're going to need food.
I don't
as
like that
well.
word, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, snacks. Defo.
So On the way back to Sun's
Free food.
Grace.
He also said goblins after, so
We need goblins.
but we-
No, it's a cave system. Goblins
Yeah,
are
I know.
everywhere.
yeah. But she's not aware of these things.
I mean, every cave you've been into so far in this campaign has had a goblin, so...
Also, she's gonna say that like it is a big cave system. So, could we do like a Hansel and Gretel thing of I don't know what D&D equivalent would that be, but like
Still breadcrumbs, I suppose. But
if it's if it's gonna
just
be
get one really ugly, gross fat goblin just licking the floor, walking, getting all the breadcrumbs.
like,
It's
oh
like,
god, we've
"Ah,
acquired a
nom, nom,
pet.
nom."
But yeah, she's like, is there any way we can like I don't know how to track these caves. I wonder, do they have a map? They said that he said the dwarves might know. They might have a map of this tunnel system.
Maybe.
They might do.
There are a few the dwarves in this area, their lineage would mostly be of Kha'zam.
Yeah.
They're the ones who stuck close by, or maybe stuck in a bit longer and eventually were forced to leave after. The rest kind of went to the Bear Mountains, which are this mountain range at the bottom of the kind of map is the start of that. They're like ridiculously tall mountains.
Mm. Okay.
Like people have never summited them in history.
Wow.
Dragons have, but you know, that's dragons.
Well, you know, they have a
They fly.
advantage. Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
So Alara will just pick up all her kind of bits and pieces and get ready to kind of head out. And
Yeah, I'm happy to
Kinda-
fast track us back to Sun's Grace. Just because nothing eventful really happens on the way. I mean, Kiva, you do probably see that dark shape a few more times. Whenever you look somewhere like with shadows or something, or like, you know, as you go to and like take your lunch or anything like that there, or anything like that, if you're filling a water skin down by the river, you catch it in the gloom of like a few trees nearby, that kind of stuff. It's like an ever-present ominous feeling of being watched, and you kind of see what's watching you.
I like it.
Would you try approach it at any time, or do you just avoid it?
I don't know. And I can't ask anybody. God damn it!
Look
Do we stop somewhere where we're excuse me, we're sitting down having something to eat? She might wander off a little minute. Sorry guys, I just need to pee. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's like you can say you're like stopping for like lunch or something like that. You don't have a halfling in the party, so it's not like secondsies or elevensies, but you know.
She's not necessarily going to talk to it yet, but she just wants to try and get a little bit closer and see if it lets her get a little bit closer without looking like she's getting closer. You know what I mean? She's just kind of, or is it actively staying a certain amount away from me?
See, it's never directly in line of sight.
Mm.
So if you look directly at it, it vanishes.
like the eye squigglies.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you know, when you're like, you blink too hard, or like, you know, you go into a coffin
Okay.
fit, and you start seeing like shapes. It's that, but it's very defined, very much easily defined as humanoid-esque in shape. And anytime you kind of like look to face it exactly, you're just looking at whatever kind of shadowy area it was.
But it stays the same kind of distance away from me in my.
Not necessarily.
But when it gets kind of a bit closer, I go, "What the fuck are you?" Just to the world and see if it says anything. No, okay. And she's just gonna.
Do you want to make an insight check?
Yes. There we go. Don't be a 4. Come on. 16.
You might just be paranoid.
I might. That wouldn't surprise me. She's gonna just then meander back to the group. Say I'd give it a couple of minutes there, guys. Sorry.
With that kind of, as you kind of continue away, you get back to Sun's Grace. Now, what's happened in the interim? You've been gone about a day and a half. Well, 2 days now, actually. Sorry, you've stepped twice. So I'm gonna move us over to a map that I made using a online tool. I think it's one of the Watabu tools for creating kind of sitting down. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling down so I to grab the rhythm. That's not the map you're on. You've not been there. I shouldn't have selected that one. Oh well, you've actively chosen to avoid that area, so
We may
Can
come
you go-
back.
yeah, you might. Can you see the map you're on?
Yep.
Okay, so this is kind of the general layout of Sun's Grace. So you'll be coming in kind of on this road here. So I'm just going to draw on the map just to kind of denote where and what is cropped up. So here is just kind of the standard, like there's the wall around, like the big wooden pillared wall with guard towers every bit. They've extended that wall kind of out from here with logs. There's a guard post there. At the road. Same again. Same again here. Now, it hasn't extended around the back of Sun's Grace yet. But they are currently digging the trench to lay the logs in it. Kind of in this sort of general area now. Kind of like a sea of tents have started to pop up. Where, like, the kind of the people coming in from Novus. So kind of just like refugees, and there is also the start of a wall being constructed around that to keep them separated off. So that's to about here. It's not completed and wrapped around the back yet. Now, you were told and advised that they were to quarantine people, so that seems to be what they're planning.
Well, it's good to see people listening to us.
Okay.
Wars. Where were the wars in the town?
Well, you know the town guard, what's his name? What's his name? Sorry, one sec, my notes are after closing on me. Well, you know Davern, your friend, buddy, who's recently lost his partner as a dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be probably found in the local tavern.
I was just gonna say, let's go get a drink and see if we can like see where they would be. Like,
And when you get that ring of mind shielding
Yeah.
ASAP.
but we'd have to be sneaky about that too.
No, they were getting as like a.
Yeah, but
as
we
a-
hide it from the thing.
See, Sun's Grace. That
I find
Davern
that-
is your friend, Morrison, Leo, Hemrick. Hemrick is a dwarf as well. He's the tavern keep. And Gavin, who is Davern's brother, is the town guard.
Right.
Also a dwarf. There's 3 dwarves in town.
But Buddy would be most likely to head towards the tavern for sure.
Yeah. So the tavern is found. I'd say it'd be. Oh, jeez, remember the thing to kind of denote that, because the map making tool wasn't great for like kind of marking where things are. The tavern will be within the old Sun's Grace part, the main one. There are a few others scattered around. Sun's Grace is a big town. The majority of the buildings are residential, but this kind of block here across in Wool Green, that is the kind of entertainment-y. There's a restaurant, there's like an inn, there's the tavern.
It's Temple Bar.
It's not far off, and there's like a few shops like this block of buildings there.
We've started gentrifying it, oh dear.
Well,
Well,
I'll
if you
walk.
look, Fibbers, living room.
I'll walk slowly so that if
Yeah.
Lara
Yes.
and Arthur want to get that ring from whoever promised it to us, that they can kind of do that and catch up, and Buddy won't have reached the bar just yet.
Yep, it's easily done. You'll find him probably here. So just by the green, there's that small kind of building there. That is the local temple to Lathander. So that's where he's been healed up. So if you pop in, you see the hunter. Who's going here? Are you all going together as one, or are you splitting up over the throughout the town to
I mean,
gather supplies?
I know Alara would just be going to anyone that she can find because you know that kind of noble way of them going. Oh, I'll just ask them. You know, they'll let me know. So
Yeah. So if you walk up to, I suppose the first person to see in the street is probably the old man, kind of hobbled, walking with a slight limping along, kind of staff. You'd almost think he's a wizard, if not for the fact that he looks and smells like he's not far or not long for this world, I suppose, in a way. He kind of goes, yes? What can I help you with?
Oh, good sir, it's pleased to make your acquaintance. We're looking for the dwarves in your town.
Oh, the dwarves. He immediately looks displeased.
Oh, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. It's just they always want to talk to the dwarves, the tavern, the new town guard captain. I was the captain of the guard in my day. Nobody wants to talk about my doings.
Well, I tell you what, and she'll take out a little bit of coin. She'll give him a gold piece or something and just be like, you go to the bar, you get yourself settled, and when we've finished our business, and I'm coming...
Oh, the clerics tell me I shouldn't be drinking ale no more.
But to be honest, it's not really going to do much harm now, is it?
Fair.
I mean, it's make me feel fantastic.
Yeah, he takes the coin and he starts to walk off.
Hey, you never said where they were.
And he just kind of gestures and he's gone into a building.
I really have
He gestures off
every
in
single
the...
person.
Yeah, he gestures off in this direction.
She'll wander.
Kind of across the green, you see a large building, which is kind of like almost like a keep, but without any of the defenses. It's more like a large manor almost. With there are turrets on either side, in that sense.
Well, after that
as in-
encounter, she's going to turn around to look at the group and just go, I don't think I'm the best person to suss things out.
Well, I never much liked that big old stone building myself, but I know
it's pretty ugly. It's
Do
a
you remember-
leftover from the war.
the fella we met at the bar before, and he was down at the farm when after it went to Skillways.
Mm.
He happens to be a dwarf.
Oh, no.
He's a good friend of mine,
Oh, that's a good thing.
like most people here used to be. And
I was like, buddy, you recognize the old man? He was the former town guard. He is kind of just the crazy senile old man of the town. Like, he goes around, like, he's not he's barred from most establishments because he never pays, because he just walks off forgetting that he had ordered.
yeah,
Like, Alara, like, I rolled because I have a list of D10. I rolled the GM of the NPCs, and he got him. So,
yeah. He's not the most reliable. He's even
Yeah.
less reliable than
It's-
I have been recently.
funny
So
enough,
there's-
Jeff with a G.
And Buddy will innocently throw his arm around Lara and whoever's next to him, maybe Arthur, and corral them towards the bar.
Yep.
This seems like a good idea. Let's fucking do it.
Let me see if I have the name of the bar. Oh, he's back doing the accent. Cool.
Yeah, I'm back in the town. Of course, I have to
You're
do the
back
accent.
around, people.
Yeah.
It'll take Alara by surprise at first and go, oh yeah, that's right.
Who are we getting this ring off? And if I get this ring, does that
Um,
mean nobody can send me messages anymore?
That is true. No one will be able to send you messages, but
Aww.
you know,
We could come up
Well,
with
actually,
a day where you take it off and
I
then we
would say
can send you a message.
sending is different.
Okay.
Because sending is like you can't send malicious intent other than words using sending. Now, obviously,
Words matter.
yeah, but it will protect you from like like detect thoughts, modify memory, kind of magic in that vein.
Okay.
Like things that muddle your brain or like force information into your head, that kind of thing.
Where are we getting that from, guys? I can't
Um,
remember.
This building here would be the kind of like the Temple of the Thunder. It's actually it's a small shrine. It's actually a statue of the Thunder in the middle square, but there's a door that goes kind of underground where there's like a infirmary.
We'll get it after the pub, will we?
Yes.
What can
Okay.
happen in the pub?
Who we getting the ring off again?
The hunter.
The hunter, and he's in the Temple of the Thunder, more than likely.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you all go to the pub? I'll go check on our little prize and get it as quickly as possible.
Do you want me to come with
I'll
you,
meet-
and then I can just put it on straight away? And then
No,
I can
no,
talk.
It may not be
I
best
think-
for one person to go alone.
I might be able to do it without rising too much suspicion, which one of you said was the thing that we wanted to do.
That's
Okay.
the suspicious guy with the suspicious accent.
Yeah, I was just
exactly.
I was going to say, would
Yeah.
that not be more cause to get somebody with you, or?
Up to
I
you.
could do
One
a
of you
little
can-
dance and distract him.
See, it'll work.
You do notice some people
Sure.
in the town are distracted. Like,
It's already
That- I mean-
working.
What is that monk doing? Lobster
Okay,
claw.
fair.
I don't know. If you want to
Um,
go on your own, that's fine. I'll go to the pub. and
I'm
happily
easy.
drink.
I'm easy.
How long do you think you'd be? Because we
Like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go in, say, "Hey, eat that. Give me a ring," and then go.
Okay. If
Well,
you're
I
not
do
back
hope
in
you're
10
to be
minutes,
nicer.
If
Oh,
I'm not
fair.
come back in 10 minutes, I don't know. Feck off and go to wherever Mr. Tharkin is.
We'll open a tab on your name, Arthur, and you won't take too long. Then.
You will not do that.
Well,
Buddy
yes,
chuckles
we
and walks off.
definitely won't.
it's already been done. Somebody
gives
else,
us-
somebody else has already done it since your
Nobody should
last
pay
visit.
Nobody should pay their way.
it gives us 5 minutes to get a cheap round in.
Yeah. The top shelf stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we'll start with Kane and Arthur's trip into the lower temple. So as I said, it is just like a statue to the Thunder, and in the base there is a door kind of carved in, a stone door. As you reach out, it actually opens itself, and yeah, just lights begin to on the staircase about 20 feet down, and then it opens up into a kind of a hallway.
Very nice. I love organized religion. Do I see the hunter?
You're still in the hallway.
Still in the hallway. So okay, I'm gonna continue walking until I get to like an infirmary.
Yeah, you get there. It only takes a minute or two. It is a long hall. Like it is like almost like a tunnel, that kind of leads out into where it is. This is mostly left over from the war that kind of ravaged this area. A lot of repurposed kind of structures for this. Yes, you get in there. There's a number of clerics rushing around. Some of them kind of give you a quizzical look. There in that regard. Then you see some general kind of what you would assume are just general medics that maybe not be religiously trained in that sense that also work out of this. And then lying up on the bed, there in the corner, he's the only person in here currently. You see a man with a kind of a bloodied bandage wrapped around a stump of his like upper arm. And he kind of looks up at you and is like, "Oh, I recognize you from somewhere."
Yes, we killed that manticore for you.
Oh, it's dead. Did you?
Mm.
Did you bring any trophies back?
I feel like we did. Did we?
You have manticore teeth and the hide.
Manticore teeth, the hide. You know.
Well, Buddy has most. I'll say if you want to chuck a teeth tooth, you can.
Oh, I
I
share
have a
your
tooth.
one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a tooth. Friend of mine, Buddy, has the hide. So you know.
I'll take a tooth. I'll turn it into a dagger or something. Not that I'm going to be much use with one. He kind
You
of
can get.
he
You
lifts
can get a
up
metal
his,
hand there.
He lifts up his stump to kind of as if he's about to motion to remove a ring on his finger, and he goes, "A deal's a deal."
You don't happen to have a second one, do you?
No.
Thank you very much. I hope your hand gets better, or you get something to replace it.
It's about 10,000 gold for a regenerate spell, and I don't have that.
I've heard miracles with metal arms these days. You know.
In the city, maybe.
Maybe the city is safer than here.
It's a long
And
way.
I'm gonna. That is true. And I'm gonna turn around and walk away. I want to look. I want to inspect this ring.
Yep.
And see, do I have any rings that look somewhat similar in any way or form?
Okay, can you give me an investigation check first, as you inspect
Yeah.
it, just to get as much of information as you can?
I know I'm throwing you. I'm not going to do the dicky thing. Just to be clear.
It's interesting.
That's an 8.
It's a golden banded ring with a purple gem inset into it. You don't really get much more like you're not. You're a noble, but like realistically, as long as it's shiny, you're usually like, oh yeah.
Shit!
Yeah.
I left all my gold rings at home. Okay.
Not saying you don't have anything, and like it makes sense that you might have something similar, but maybe not spot on.
Yeah. Okay. This could still work. Okay. And I'm gonna put on the fake, not the
Okay.
real one, onto my finger.
Okay, I get what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Again, not the pricky thing to do.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna go to the pint. I'm gonna go to the pint. I'm gonna go to the bar and.
This is called the Wizard's Point, so.
Yeah, okay, pretty good, pretty spot on. I'm gonna pass over the ring.
Yep. So you see a ornate golden ring with a purple gem inset. Kiva, around it are
Matches my eyes.
kind of carvings. That's intentional, actually. There are carvings in the inlay of the ring and runes of a language that you don't speak. Nothing nefarious. It's just general magic runes for mind protection.
It's very pretty.
Yep. As you put it on, you feel that sense of paranoia waft away.
That's better.
You look around. You don't see any dark shapes.
Do you feel better?
She's gonna just take it slowly off.
Currently, you see nothing.
I'd keep it on. Are you seeing more or less stuff now?
Less stuff. When I put it on, I didn't see anything, and I've been feeling kind of like, and I'm not feeling like that anymore.
Okay. When we're back on the road, let's chat about this more. But let's get. Is there anything else we need to get done here?
We
Get
need
some
to
light.
Yeah, we need to go find the dwarves. We need to go get the maps and some
Everyone
tools,
is sat at the
lights and all those
Is
kinds
there any dwarves here?
Davern is sat at the table, the bar. I'm assuming Buddy's already over speaking to him. as soon as
Buddy's
he
up
went
there,
Yeah.
clapped him
Oh.
on the back between the shoulder blades.
I'll say this actually happened. This bit here probably happened as soon as you went in because he's been in there the whole time.
Gives him a one-armed sort of hug that isn't a full hug.
Mhm.
And he says, and he calls the barman and he says,
That is Hemrick, also a dwarf.
Hemrick, good man, I believe I owe you some money. And
You owe me a lot of money.
I owe you, yeah.
I lad, like a lot of money.
Well, it's going to take me time, but just bear with me here. I'll give you.
Your tab's about. Give me 1 second there. We have a Buddy ledger, and he actually pulls out a green book. Now it's only like this big, so it's not a huge leather-bound ledger. And there's only about 3 pages filled in. But he sets it down. He's like, "You owe me," and he kind of goes down. He's like, 72 gold, which is impressive.
72. Well, I'll
Like-
I'll make a start on that, and he'll give him 12 gold, and then
Okay.
he'll
He tosses it off. It's like 60.
yeah, I'm getting there, Hemrick, and then he pops down another 6 gold, and he's like, I've got a couple of friends, and I've got Davern and yourself, and let's have a good drink, quality over quantity this time. Hemrick, let's see what you've got.
The tab isn't settled, buddy. Like
That's not how
Yeah.
tabs work. Hemrick, come on now.
But you're cut off. 72 gold of a tab is pretty high.
It is.
Then
I'm trying to help this man. He lost his mind.
You're gonna need a co-signer on that.
I shall co-sign.
Oh, thank you.
Walk up and just go, here, look. Here's 20 gold. Let's just
And here's 30
work from there.
myself. So we can really work on this. So we are
Alright.
good for it, and we are due to be paid after as well. So it is on the way.
Stop being such
There you
stuck
go.
in the mud and give us a drink, will you? Before we have to go off and fight some
Right.
goblins.
Right, well, what do you want?
Wine.
Mead.
Buttercup brandy.
Right, and
Max?
he goes back and he kind of just starts down the drinks.
Yeah. And then while he's doing that, Buddy will just give it a little thumbs up to Alara and the guys for helping out.
Buddy,
And-
as this is happening, you feel a faint prickle in the back of your neck.
oh no.
Ah, buddy! She's gone! Kids too! Guess you're truly solo now! Enjoy your quiet empty house, we're all much happier. Fuck off, loser!
Buddy will just
You can't reply to that message.
oh, his eyes will just roll up in his head and he'll go puce in the face. And his breathing just gets heavier for a moment and he kind of just swallows down his anger. Fist unclench and he turns to Davern and he says, through gritted teeth, not because of Davern but because of the message that
Yeah.
he's heard from a voice that he knows as his mother-in-law.
Oh, all too well.
Yes, who his wife and daughter left for after they left him, he believes. So he will turn to Davern and he says, I'm really sorry that you lost your wife, old friend. But, you know,
He has tried to help though, so don't be too don't be too sorry. And he kind of just downs what I think is like a very strong dwarven whiskey. He just downs it.
yeah, I'll say to him, you know, there's more coming to you, but take my advice. It is the answer sometimes, but it's not always the answer. It does help, actually, so enjoy your drink. And then he will say, I know this is bad timing, but more people are going to lose. More people. And I need your help. And he'll sidle up kind of one cheek up onto the nearest stool and he'll kind of half sit on the stool beside him. And then say, you know of Kha'zam.
Aye, the granddad was from there.
Yeah.
800 years back, yeah.
The more you can tell us, the more drink and food you're going to get this evening.
Right, well, I don't know too much. He didn't like to talk about it, but it's like under the big mountain, the spine over there. It's supposed to be in the heart of that. Big fuck off city, like huge, even by dwarven standards. Take you about, according to the old lads, it would take you about a day of walking in the tunnels from the main entrance to get to the other side of the mountain range. They left because someone apparently woke something up. This is kind of the general, what's the best you could get out of them? Something dark. In the depths, in the mines, in the adamantine mines. The king, what's his name? 1 second. And you see him like he's deep in thought here as I search my notes.
And as he's deep in thought, Buddy is pushing the next drink into his hand.
Yeah.
Taking a swig of his own at this stage. he's kind of pulling a few stools up for the others so they can all sit down and listen to this as well.
Where is it? Sorry, one sec here.
All right.
Don't have the king's name, do I not?
Buddy, I'll turn.
I don't have the king's name in my notes actually. Oh, here we go. Thrain Ironbrow was known as the Forge Masters and King. So Thrain apparently he shut off the city for a while. Like cut the gates, locked the bridges. Everyone was trapped inside, and just went to madness. And then eventually, people poured out. I got out. Resettled. Most of us went to the Bear Mountains because Arcane in those. I suppose another capital, our current capital would be over there, and that's the rest of us kind of settled in the valley. Took up more humble professions, not instead of mining, we took up farming.
And this madness, what did your granddad say this was like?
He wouldn't talk about it. He was only a wee lad at the time though, Wayne.
Yeah. Would Buddy know if his granddad is dead or alive?
Dead, long dead. Yeah, like dwarves live about 400 years.
Okay. Was 800. So he'll say it's alright. He says, and
I would say his granddad did live a bit longer than that. He's about 500 by the time he passed.
You don't have any maps or anything like that, have you? They hand it down.
Not really. And the main entrance is on the other side of the mountains, though. Like you won't get through there at this time of year.
No, probably not. Yeah. Is there anyone else that knows a bit more about this in town?
He kind of looks up at Hemrick. He's like, "You don't know anything. I know your people are similar kin." He's like, "No, nothing really. It wasn't really talked about."
Okay.
Have there been any books, a library, a keep, anything like that? Any notes?
They didn't really take much with them. Like
keys handed down.
Keys?
Yeah.
No. Dwarves don't use keys.
Would there be people...
not in places like that. Our craftsmanship was too good. Like there'd be puzzle locks and ancient magical locks and seals, and back we were still friendly with the elves back then. So
Is there going to be, so say if hypothetically if we were going to go to this place, there's not going to be a big annoying puzzle to get in?
It probably will be.
Do you know the answer to said puzzle?
No.
Were you ever handed down anything?
No, I just thought the only thing I have is this fucking. I don't have it with me. An axe. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful.
An axe
on it.
Aye.
What? Well, what was that for? Or what was it for? Apart from cutting, obviously.
Chopping heads.
Right.
If you.
Yeah.
Was it passed down to you, perhaps?
Yeah, aye. It was me great grandfather's.
And did he make it, or did he get it handed down?
Like, it's probably crafted by one of the smiths.
I wonder, are there any markings on it?
There's a sigil that spells out Gorobdor, which means goblin, ender.
And is there any other symbol on it?
Just general dwarvish runes. Like it's mostly just a fancy looking axe. It's great, good at craftsmanship as you'll get anywhere, but it's an axe. It's for chopping heads.
Ew.
And legs and necks and arms. Really anything that gets in the way. Like axes are good. I suppose you could chop wood with it as well, but it's more of a battle axe.
Axes are good things.
Axes are good things.
Is there any other towns between here and the mountain?
No. I mean, there's Vortman's Hollow, but you don't want to go there now, lad. That's a fucked up place.
Would there be any dwarves in Vortman's Hollow that would know more?
Maybe it's closer, but I wouldn't go. There's weird goings on. You know yourself, Vortman's Hollow is center of cult activity apparently in the area.
Great.
That's-
Okay.
It's a strange place. Like, I mean, me cousin is in the town, but we haven't heard from him in about 2-3 years.
Would your axe, would that give us any credence with your kind if we were to meet them on the road?
They respect the craftsmanship, or the question is, where do you got it? Because
Mm.
dwarven axes aren't super common in these parts unless you're a dwarf or have looted it from a grave.
Hmm.
I suppose there's the
Uh,
grave, there's the old tomb up by Dunharrow. Like, they could have assumed you took it from there, but yeah.
Okay.
Is that where? I look at everyone else. Is that where we're meant to be going again?
Why are you going up there? Why would you go, like, lads, you shouldn't be going to Kha'zam. It's a bad place, I'm telling you.
Mm.
It
The
is
the
a
last
bad-
group of architects that went down there, they never returned.
Arc.
I think it's probably overrun by goblins and stuff at this stage. You know, they love dark places.
How?
Yeah, but they needed some architects and kept them for
Yeah.
their goblin architecture.
The goblins don't really dig for history. They kind of shit all over it and destroy it and put up big ugly metal statues.
The ones you've met, maybe.
It's the ones I've the majority of them in these parts. You don't get
Well,
many.
You have enough to be worrying about with your wife after dying, so have another drink and don't be worrying too much. You'll definitely be seeing us again.
I
We appreciate it to help.
Appreciate it. I mean, he actually kind of stands up to try to shake your hand, and he like falls off the stool.
Oh god, I'll pick him back up.
He's like,
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
I kind of think we're focusing a bit too much on the axe.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's an axe
Yeah. It's nice.
with a handle and a blade
Just call it goblin killer.
and
Grobner, which means goblin ender.
Yeah.
in Dwarvish.
Okay.
it's an axe.
So what we need to really get is, like dungeoneering
Wait.
supplies and food.
And
Do,
light.
yeah.
do you want the axe?
I mean, if you'll give it to us.
I go get it. Like, you bring it back in one piece and it's it. I mean, if you're it's just kind of
How big is it? Will it fit in my bag?
Dwarf sized.
Oh, then it'll
It's big,
fit. in
and he
my bag.
actually he points to Max's battle axe. And not the great axe he has on his back, but he's like, yeah, like that. Not
That's
much
fine,
bigger.
yeah.
A bit like, it'll do. And he'll wobble off and be like, I'll be back. Keep him coming. And I'll be back.
There'll
And
be
then
one waiting for you.
He actually lives fairly close, so it'll be a few minutes.
But he just turns to the bar and starts drinking,
Yep.
muttering
Alright.
about the mother-in-law.
I don't
So we
think we're
need-
going to make Tharkin in a couple of days, are we?
You
Well, as soon as
So-
he comes back.
So we need some torches
Mm.
and yeah, dungeoneering supplies.
Okay.
Wonder if
Mad
we could
idea.
get some like chalk or something.
Why don't we could possibly just
Dynamite.
hire a few dwarves to help us?
There's only 3 in town. One of them
And
we just sent off
ain't
piss.
lived there they haven't lived there like
yeah,
ever.
but they might not just they might know how to deal with underground stuff. I'm not a big fan of underground stuff. I'm
Buddy,
not gonna
you will
lie.
know that the dwarves nearly
Here's waffles.
wholly refuse to go anywhere near that place.
Mm.
To
I'll
be
tell you-
honest, it sounds like they deal with the underground stuff by chopping it.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't like.
Which
Which is
you,
my plan, to be honest.
Fine by me.
you know, Arthur. Not everything can be bought with money. Like these people haven't
Hey.
been back there in hundreds of years. They're not. You think Davern wouldn't jump at the chance to get away from this place at the moment?
Yeah, okay, I understand. More just, helping them reclaim their ancient homeland. It seems like a good idea to me.
Is there
Heinrich
any
is
way?
still nearby. He leans over the bar. He's like, "There's no reclaiming that place, lad. It's cursed."
Cursed.
Can you explain more of this curse? Like,
It's just Manny died. Like many dwarves died down there. It was our capital city, and only about, I'd say about 300 about left. So,
Okay. I understand.
like,
I'm
last,
sorry for your.
about 200 a year back, a few of my folk went in. They didn't make it past the front gates before they ran out. They won't speak as to what was down there, but those folk live in apartments, so I haven't really been seen. You're going to get much conversation out of them if you go that way. They're not really the most welcoming folk at the best of times, never mind with... And he kind of gestures to get it around, and he's like, what's going on?
I mean, why are we going here, guys? At this stage, this doesn't sound like somewhere we want to be.
I think one of the worst things that could possibly happen right now is if Tharkin were to switch sides.
Yeah.
That is the worst possible thing I could think of right now.
What do you mean?
Well, if a religious fanatic who is inclined and has the right to just burn down places and inquisite people suddenly becomes part of Jeff, then we're going to have a lot of issues, and he's going to be allowed to burn down and kill a lot of people a lot easier.
But surely he has some sort of something in place to try and not have that happen.
I've met many men like Tharkin. They tend to believe their own fate and will keep them in the end. And they tend to. Not for everything.
Is there any way we can maybe just ask him how he got in?
We're going to have to wait.
Secret way.
He's going to have to wait till he asks us again.
But he told Alara he found a secret way in.
Yeah, he
back
told you.
entrance.
He told you he found a back entrance that is up by Dunhallow and an old tomb off the road,
Yeah.
which correlates to something that was just mentioned there.
Okay, so we
there's
can
no
probably figure it out.
So we need to let's
Maybe.
do that then. Why don't we go to the dwarven tomb and go that way?
Yes, I believe that's
So we're
the
not
plan,
traveling
yes?
over land. I thought we were traveling over land. Okay.
We're traveling to land to the tomb,
Yeah, in Underland.
and then
How-
and then down.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go and get torches and shit now, and food, and
Yeah, for the sake of expediency, I'm kind of gonna move this along.
permanent marker.
Davern, he comes back with the axe. Who do any of you want it particularly?
Do you want to mine a max, or will I put it in a bag or something?
It looks
Is
better
it?
made than the battle axe that you have.
Does it?
Yeah.
I like better made.
Yeah, it does require
Best
attunement.
kind.
Okay.
So maybe while everyone's gathering stuff, you spend an hour with the axe at your belt. You eventually it does
Okay.
kind of something clicks. While wielding this axe, you can perfectly understand and speak Dwarvish.
Ooh.
It does an additional plus 1d4 damage to goblins and goblinoids, so all goblins count. And it counts as magical for the sake of resistances. It's no plus benefit though.
I
And it's
can't
called
spell.
Grobdur, Grobdur, also known as Goblin Ender.
I can't spell hobgoblin because I just failed miserably. Try that again.
It's Hob and then Goblin.
I know,
H-O-B,
I know,
E-O-B.
I know, but
Ah,
my hand didn't want to spell it the way my brain said.
Kira's absolutely dying laughing at this. This is great.
I think I
Um,
managed to somehow spell it as Hoglin.
It works.
Somehow, for the first time.
Really, though.
Hoblin is definitely something else now.
I don't know
Like,
what
Hob.
I don't know what that is, but it is
Um,
fine. And
managed to-
did you say understand or speak to Warren?
Understand.
Understand.
Which, you know, you might be able to quickly pick up the language while it tunes, but you wouldn't be able to speak it yet.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, so with that, it'll cost about 10 gold in general to get the supplies needed. And we can set off there. So
I wanted to get some chalk so that we could mark
that's included in the Dungeoneer's pack.
Dungeoneer's pack.
Kira, you're muted.
Max has good ideas sometimes.
I said, oh yeah, that's a great idea. We
Yeah.
can put symbols on the walls where we're going.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could.
So-
Kiva's going to look for a permanent marker because that can't be rubbed out.
does not
We
exist.
could put
Damn
big
it.
penises on
Has
the
not
Has
wall.
to be
been
magical. I
Has
found
not
it.
been invented.
I need to go to Dragon's
Penises on the
Den.
wall, pointing in the direction we're going.
So,
Lara will be horrified, but okay.
is there after about 2 days of travel? I don't know, not 2 days.
Sorry
it's
for putting
been-
it past you.
Yep,
But he's going to get 5 days of dried food supplies
Yep.
from wherever.
easily done. That's included. I kind of factor that in with the charge.
Let's have a look.
So, I will say, with this section, keep track of the food. I'm gonna mark you 5 days of a supply each, and I will be marking off every long rest spent underground. If you run out of food, there will be mechanical effects to that exhaustion, probably. So, as you get to the place, you do pass near Dunharrow, not quite there, so you don't quite pass into it. It is a ways off on the shelf, but the road kind of near it is where it kind of arcs off. There's a small dirt path leading deeper into the kind of forest up against the rock face. As you get there, you see ahead this like stone door archway carved into the rock face. On either side, carved deep into the kind of cliff against are 2 dwarven guards, both holding an axe in each hand. The door is slightly ajar. And then if you look in, stairs going down into the darkness.
Hmm.
Do you know these guys?
What's the? Are they alive? Or are they stone?
Stone.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were alive.
And what does the writing say?
So, there's not much writing. Do you speak Dwarven?
I do actually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, above the doorway, then give me 1 second. Is written in ancient Dwarven, but you can still understand. It's just a bit more complicated. It says, "Here lies Rurik Emberdeep, Warden of the Back Gate." So Rurik, Rurik, Emberdeep, Emberdeep, Warden of the Back Gate.
Okay.
Are you heading in?
Yep.
Yes.
What we came for.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say now is a good time for us to take a break, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Ooh. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, is this thing back on? I think we are. Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of episode 11, I think, of Arcane Adventures in Andromedus. So, I'm just gonna do a few quick things. We've been trialing this now where we do the blurbs split up between, so I'm just gonna kind of do that now myself. Um, so up on Thursday is myself again with a one shot. You can join me running a group of party, 2 new faces to the Emerald Collective on Twitch. Anyways, they played in an off-stream game beforehand, and I believe Freya and Dave will be joining us, and Craig, as we run through a adventure kind of built based on a group of artificers and a kobolds who have stole this thing called the arc battery from them. So we'll join our party as they're hired by the group of our 2 artificers called the Lore Breakers, to basically infiltrate this kobold's den, retrieve the arc battery, and hopefully not blow up the valley, because that's a very, very delicate and very, very powerful item. So tune in Thursday, not Tuesday. I'm used to saying Tuesday for my games. And they're at about 7:30 p.m., give or take. You know yourself, if technical difficulties arrive, it could be, a few minutes here or there, and we'll get cracking with that game. Following that on Friday, I don't believe we have anything this week, but we will potentially have a new game coming soon in that slot for a short period of time. So do stay tuned to the Discord channel and our social media platforms. Keep an eye. Next week, then, we will have Tuesday. We have our Against the Crimson Queen game. Now, I don't have an up-to-date blurb for that, but Freya, you're in that campaign. Do you have an idea of what's potentially happening next week?
Probably death, and more death.
Yeah, so
He does like to give us a lot of trauma in this game.
Ben is a traumatizing DM for sure. So just to read out what the previous blurb is anyways, the battle for Stoneholm was won, but at a grave cost. The party is battered, bruised, and bloody, and the Rubble Hides clan's society is in ruins, and even the Dwarven tombs below. Hey, funny coincidence, both Tuesday games are doing Dwarven tombs. The Crimson Queen's blood priest pursues their fell and mysterious purposes. So what happened like last session then?
Goodness, I have to go through my notes for that one.
What did he do? Did he kill any more mole folk?
We're not bringing that up. I
We
swear.
are bringing that up every time. I'm insisting that we get a mole emote in chat at some stage.
Yeah, or just somebody make a T-shirt of it. It'd be just so funny.
Justice
But
for moles.
no, but I think at some point they could possibly make a return. All I know is that we are down some potions and causing absolute havoc.
Yeah, I haven't reduced any torches in a while, so I might have to do that next week. I've been paid since. So, following that, I suppose that's kind of it for the next 7 days of games, but I would like to take a moment to shout out our Daggerheart campaign, which our guest GM Wayne has kind of gracefully stepped in to do. So, our previous episode kind of left off with us finally leaving Parliament to kind of head on towards the Dreamsphere. If you guys haven't checked that out, please do give it a shout and give Wayne some love. It's over on our YouTube, I believe, as well as our Twitch VODs. And yeah, look, we're one of the first, I think we are the first Irish kind of TTRPG based company to touch Daggerheart in that regard. So, it'd mean a lot to us if you can go show some support and love there. It is great to have a collab with somebody like Wayne there from Sorceries and Shenanigans. So, without further ado, let's kick it back into the game as you enter into the tomb of Rurik, Emberdeep. Yeah, I'm bad at names. So, coming down the stairs, you're immediately kind of choked with this dust that's floating in the air. It's clearly been disturbed recently. Now, you guys do know yourselves that Tharkin has just been down this way, potentially, and made entry into the kind of tunnels that lead into the city. As you creep down, though, can I get a perception check from whoever decided to go first down the stairs?
That will be a 10.
10. They're not being particularly quiet. You hear kind of choppy, haggard voices in the next room. Just like, right. Which one of you fucks brought the meat? What? I think it was your job, Bruise. Don't make me get the boss. Oh, you won't do shit, you tall, lanky fuck. As you hear some goblins arguing in the next room.
Can Can I tell it's goblins? Because I don't speak
Very, very clearly.
goblinese.
You've dealt with
Okay.
enough goblins recently to kind of pick out the accents and the tonalities and how they speak. One of them does sound like it's bigger and a lot deeper of a voice, so you'd probably be guessing a hobgoblin.
So she's gonna make it. What are we gonna do? Face at the others to see where they want to avoid them, or just go in and kill them.
Stop.
No, no killing. We don't have to kill.
Yes, killing.
No,
Okay.
not all the time.
This time, maybe hobgoblins, not so good.
Are you being quiet or with this, or you?
Yeah,
Trying
get
to be
some
as
checks.
quiet as possible.
I'm doing what I'm doing.
stabby. Okay, well let's try. I will try because she likes to just go in and start kicking people. She's going to walk forward a little bit, but she's going to try her best, which is not my roles tonight. But she's going to try and be quiet as she can.
You are a monk. You should have decent stealth.
Well, you say that.
Allegedly.
That is a 15. It's the best roll I've had tonight, I think.
Okay. We'll check passive perceptions.
They're straight ahead of us, is it?
They are. If you walk forward and you can see one of them, you can see them.
Okay, so she's gonna kind of walk down here, trying to stay out of their line of sight.
It is quite dark in here. Well, it's not. There are torches lit. Actually, sorry. Now I think about that.
So she's gonna kind of gesture to the others that they're there. How many voices did we hear? Could we tell?
You heard two. Well,
There could be more.
yeah. Goblins tend to travel in more than packs of two.
Okay, so she's gonna kind of wait here, going, I can't do it on my own, guys. What are you doing? See what they say.
I'm gonna sneak up behind as well.
She's gonna hold up 2 fingers because now she
We
can
need-
see 2.
I will need you to roll stealth.
Yeah.
What did you get on your stealth, by the way, Kiva?
15.
I got a 7.
You aren't here, Kiva. You seem to get there, but I was kind of like, you have both your dagger, that new dagger you have, and the rapier kind of in the one area on your belt. They kind of clack against each other. As you hear one of the hobgoblins, the bigger, deeper voice one, go, "You hear that?" And you hear the smaller one goes, "No, but I smells it." We might be eating well tonight, boys. As I'm going to need you both to roll initiative, or anyone who's getting involved.
Must be all there. Yeah, let's see.
Can you tell I've watched Lord of the Rings recently to get inspiration to how to act as goblins?
Never. Well.
Ooh,
This-
Ooh, that's a good one, Kiva.
I know.
You're going to want it.
What
These
happened?
guys. Oh, they're.
Oh God, I hate rolling high initiative.
Yeah, initiative is the bane of my existence sometimes.
Oh, Kiva's just in the right place to get a killing blow in the initiative order. That's good. Not Kiva. Lower. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yep,
Go
we're
on,
going to
Lara.
change the music over as we're going to
Well,
start. We're going
let's
to go with a
not
bit of
kill Lara.
Black Rider by Tabletop Audio. It's more of a rampy uppy one, so I'm going to just.
Yeah. Let me know,
double play.
guys, if it's too loud or whatever, and I can turn it down.
So,
Viewers.
we're going to sort descending as we're going to get this started off. So, Buddy, you're up first as you hear these now kind of loud, raised goblin voices, and they are definitely implying they're going to eat you if they kill you.
Yeah, so Buddy can't see them at the moment. He's presuming the sound is coming from down that
Yeah.
kind of route. For the time being, he's going around this door here. Is there footprints, fresh footprints?
This door? No.
No. Okay.
No, that door that's a sealed stone slab. There is like an indent where a handle would be, but it doesn't look like
Okay.
it's an easy open.
He's just worried about getting caught from behind. So if that's not the case, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or 30. You move to here, and it sounds, he's gonna. Can he hold an action?
You got me what action are you holding?
If the goblin or hobgoblin or anything that's not humanoid, or not human or elf or friendly, comes through this section here to the end of the hallway, I'll just cast Moonbeam on them.
Cool. Yep, that's no worries. As I've said in the past, as long as I don't do held actions to waste your spell slot, so if that doesn't trigger, you are fine.
Cool.
So, buddy, that is it for your turn. Kiva, you, I think, have line of sight on the one with the bow here. So, Shift Z from the Monster Manual Expanded.
She looks fierce. Nice. Oh. Do I go up or no? I'm not going to go up yet because everybody's too far back. So I'm going to take out my short bow. Wherever it is. Where are you? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there. Short bow or short swords. 26. You're muted, Carg.
Sorry, yeah, that hits for 7 points of damage. I think I said this before, or after I muted. Don't forget, chat, that you can influence the game with your channel points, bits, or subscriptions if you wish to help or hinder the party. So, yeah, you hit and you do 7 points of damage. That's a decent chunk. You kind of catch it. This got hobgoblin straight in the shoulder. Doesn't look too happy about it.
And then I'm just gonna step out here and kind of just make a face so they'll hopefully come.
Yep.
Not that.
Is that it for your turn?
Yep.
Okay, so stepping around the corner, you see this cloaked goblin kind of waving a kind of Gandalf-looking staff. Actually, you look at the R. Wonder where you got that. He kind of waves up in the air and reaches out, and he is going to cast. Yeah. He's going to cast this. So, makes range spell attack against target. When I hit the target, takes 2d8 poison damage. Must make a con save. So, Kiva, as he reaches out, this sickly green beam just flashes forward, and I'm going to roll that. So that's a hit. It's the same as the cursed bolt for roll. So that's 12 to hit. I feel misses. Give it.
Yeah, that misses.
Yep, so as that bolt kind of sails past it, like just green, sickening energy, kind of lights, illuminates the corridor as it goes, but it sails past harmlessly. As a bonus action, just going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a once per day free cast. So, you see a nasty little axe appear in the space behind you, and that's it for his turn. So, I'm going to change the music because that one kind of repeats itself into a less scary battle-y thing. So we're going to go with Endgame. So, Arthur, it's your turn. You see this kind of glowing axe appear behind Kiva, menacingly waving itself in the air.
I'm going to ignore the axe and aim for the goblin wizard.
Yep. Can you see him from there?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to steady aim.
Yep. You can't move, so you get advantage.
That is a 23 to hit.
Hits. Sneak attack.
So I meant to say my longbow, not my shortbow. The same thing.
Yep.
9. That is 18 damage.
Okay.
Is it still stand?
Nope. The arrow sails through the air, impales this guy through the eye, and pins it to the ground as he falls. He's dead, and the axe fizzles out of existence immediately.
Hey, goblins! You want to just... Oh, wait, why am I doing the stupid voice? Goblins, just fucking surrender!
Oh, this'll be fun. And then the hobgoblin is next. So he is going to here. Can't get the full way without dashing. Unless he had the bonus action dash ability like the other ones. No, he doesn't. So he's gonna whip out a longbow, and he's gonna take aim at you, Arthur, and he's gonna hit with a 17, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. You are going to take 5 points of piercing damage as you just kind of swing and catches you kind of just. It doesn't get into your shoulder and embed itself, but it slices through, kind of cutting.
Okay, I tried
your
peace.
shirt.
Okay. I tried peace.
Okay, Max, you're up.
I am going to remind myself how Barbarian works. And I am going to move a distance.
You usually get annoyed by something?
Yeah, or slightly upset. 30. Only 30. But if I was
I don't tend to treat people as obstacles in chat, so you can kind of aim around you. If there's like a large, if there's like a large grouping of people in the thing, probably not. Or like if, say for example, like Goliath was standing in the way, but
I'm only small.
yeah, like if it's a big creature, no. But if it's a normal sized, probably gonna get away with it. So yeah, you are moving, Max.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move pretty much almost full distance with a dash, which I can do as my action because I remember how this game works. And I will bonus action and be annoyed by the fact that there's more goblins here than I care about.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, roll me your d4 of your elemental edge.
Oh yes, I do need to do that because I am special. What's that? I got 4 on that, and a 4 is in a different. That's in a different page. Hold on, which I don't have open. So 4 is air. That's my air power. So yes, some of the dust and stone start whipping up around me as.
Nice.
I can do stuff next time I have my turn.
Yeah, Kiva, I hope you don't have asthma because that dust is kind of really irritating the air now. Yeah, Max, that's it for your turn. The Hobgoblin Scout is going to go next. And Dean, I'm very worried as to what you've done with that Twister map, just from that comment in chat. So the Hobgoblin Scout is going to take aim with their bow and... Is that within 5 feet now? Yeah, it's a longbow shot, so he's going to make 2 longbow attacks because he's higher level Hobgoblin on Max, so it's 20 to hit.
Yeah, he can have that one.
And a 16 to hit.
16 misses.
Okay. You're going to take 4 points of piercing damage, already have, as a longbow shot cracks into you.
Scumbags.
He is going to reposition. About 30 feet to here. Step a bit further away from the combat. Next up is a goblin bodyguard. So he's going to let out a little yell. He's going to be like, oh, I'm going to enjoy this. And he's going to run right up at you, Max. It's probably a stupid idea as you're way bigger than him, but he has a big axe. So
do I.
He's going to use his scimitar. Yeah, he actually doesn't have a big axe, only in his car. That's not 1 though, but they have pack tactics, so it's actually going to be a 22. So, because he's now alive within 5 feet, he's going to hit you with 3 slashing. Down to 1.
Down to 1.
Yeah.
Tickled.
Yeah, he kind of jabs you and he's like, oh, I bet you'll squeal when you're tickled properly. And misses. Kind of slightly nicks you and he's like, oh, fuck. And then he looks up and realizes just how big you are and he's like, oh, fuck. And he's going to disengage and move 10 feet back. With his bonus action. Boop. Because he disengaged, you don't get an attack of opportunity. Alara, it's your turn.
So she is going to move her full distance, which is 30 feet. So she's going to go to here. And then she is going to... Where is my thingamajigger? So the one that attacked Max is just very rude. How dare you? And you are 45 foot. Love that. So can I please get a DC? What is it?
Shane, don't worry. I'm going to use one soon.
So I need to get an intelligence saving throw from you, please, for the one that tried to attack Max.
It did attack, but you did fuck all.
It was that's why I
Intelligence
said
is
tried. Yes, please.
Flat roll. 10?
Ah, you miss. So I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Ah, yes, it's take a d4 from the saving throws. How much damage are you doing to it?
I am doing, a whopping 4.
It's not a huge damaging spell, to be fair.
No, it's not, because she just wants to irk him and make him go away.
Yeah, his big kind of like protruding like ears start to bleed slightly. He's like, oh my head. That's
I don't think she can do anything else right now, so she doesn't really want to get involved. So she's just going to stay there.
right then. Buddy, you're up.
Yeah, but unfortunately, nobody moved into the area where I was going to do my thing. So he's going to move up to here, which will be peek his head around the corner. And the same one that Alara's just gone for, he's going to do cantrip produce flame, and it so 24 to hit then.
Yeah, that hits.
I won't do a huge amount, but 8. Oh, 8, nice.
That's solid hit. Doesn't quite kill him, but he makes him wish he's dead. He is now screaming and on fire.
But he will chuckle and then just, with his last bit of movement, step back here.
Yeah, no worries. Kiva, it's your turn.
It is just gonna walk up to this guy and try and hit him with her spider staff.
Yep.
That is
That
22
hits.
for 7 points. 5 bludgeoning, 2 poison if it's important.
Yeah, no, it does full damage.
And then I'm gonna do my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
And that is 17.
Just misses AC 18.
Okay, then I will use my boon.
Right, yeah.
And I'll roll it anyway for the crack. Let's see what I get. 3.
Right, yeah, you crack his head back and you just hear a sickening crunch as he hits the ground.
Sweet.
He's dead.
And that's me.
Okay. Witch Doctor is also dead. Arthur,
Yeah, just aim at
what's
the
your
last
passive
guy.
perception?
Oh, it's 11.
You don't hear this happening, okay?
Great. I love that. I love that. I love that for Asher. I'm going to continue to do what I was going to do anyway, which is steady aim and shoot that one last prick. Do I have a... Oh, do I have...
There's more than one.
Oh. Well, the last prick I see. Let me just double check that I have sight on him. I have... Yep.
You do.
It's a
Hits.
17. Perfect.
Yeah,
Oh.
you take him
Okay.
out though. He was only on 2 hit points, so you kind of pierce along. You hear kind of this wheezing cough as he hits the ground, begins to kind of bleed out, and knocks him dead.
Is that all of them?
It is not. Max, you're up.
Quiet.
So, just as a future thing, it turns out I could have made an opportunity attack against him because
Sentinel?
of the Sentinel. Yeah,
You could
Sentinel
have, yeah.
thing.
Sorry, you need to call those out.
I
can't
yeah,
keep
no,
that
I don't know how to play this game, so I just make stuff up as I go along. 5,
Don't we
10,
all?
15, 20, 25, 30 feet gets me to here.
Yep.
because I'm looking around for more goblins.
Lara, what's your passive perception?
Good question. It is 13.
Okay, yeah, you don't notice this.
Oh god.
Right, Max, yep.
I'm going to menacingly approach this last goblin down here with my dash action.
Yep.
And stand in front of him, looking menacing, I guess.
Right.
That's it. Maybe not right in front of him, maybe there. No, there.
Okay, yeah, and is that it for your turn?
Yep.
Right, you've received damage in the last turn, so your rage maintains. It's going to multi-attack. It's going to pull out its short sword. It's nat 1. And 14, but give me 1 sec here. My critical hit table has actually just closed itself. I'm just going to reopen that. So if you want to roll me a D100 while I pull that open.
Yes, it is a 68.
Well, that'll be an interesting one. One off nice. So let's critical fumble. 68, 68, 68. The weapon slips from your hand as your attack, so make a dex check. He doesn't drop his sword, but he almost does. Yes, you made a save, so unfortunately it doesn't do anything against him. So what he's going to do is he's going to attack for a 21 to hit with the second hit. Sorry, no, 14 to hit.
14 misses.
I'm going to use a boon. Would a boon make a difference?
Could do. Hang on.
Yeah. What's your
Yes,
AC?
could do. 17.
It's a 15,
still
so
misses.
he misses. So that boon wasted. But sure, look. That is his turn. That is their turn. There's something else here, though. Yeah, so as neither of your passives were over the stealth these guys rolled, he's gonna get sneak attack on this if he has that feature. Does he? Doesn't, but he's still gonna get advantage. Kin, as soon as you kind of kill this other creature there, and you see Max take 2 hits from this thing, but kind of just laugh it off, you feel this hot breath on the back of your neck, and you just before you can turn around, a blade swings out. Advantage, so it does a 19 hit.
Yep.
Yeah, as this goblin cleaves into the side of you with a short sword. And he's going to do 9 points of piercing damage. Can you make me a DC 10 wisdom save, please?
Yeah. 19.
Okay, you're fine. It was his twisted feature that he was using. So as the dust goblin's turn, yeah, he only gets 1 attack. So yeah, goblin bodyguard, which is dead. Alara, it is your turn. You just hear this as this goblin kind of jumps out from the shadows and stabs into Kian's back. You're kind of clinging onto him with the sword kind of stabbed in just into his shoulder.
Oh, I'm trying to think what she would do compared to what I would do. Crap. 90 feet. Okay, so seeing this, and because of all the bonding that they've done recently, she is going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip on him that
Which
has
one?
attacked
Sneaky boy.
Arthur?
Okay.
Yes, Nicky boy, how dare you?
Could I get a perception check as you turn around?
Yes, you can do. Ooh.
Okay, no, unfortunately, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary yet.
Oh no, don't say those things. So can I get a
Intelligence, isn't it?
please?
that 10. It's 15.
Oh, you passed.
Okay, is there a save? Is it a save or suck, or does it take half damage?
Okay, so when you cast the spell using a third slot, which I was doing, you can target one additional creature. No, that's fine. Damage. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and suffers none of the spell's other effects.
Yeah, so roll the damage there and we'll take off. These guys don't have any hit points, you might still kill them, so.
Oh, fair enough.
They are goblins. Their strength is numbers. Okay, 11 points of psychic. It's. Ooh, that's actually exactly what you needed. 5 points of damage kills this guy. So, Alara, unfortunately, this is your first murder. As you didn't specify non-lethal. So, I'm going to let you narrate how this happens.
Yay!
Oh my
Be as
god!
detailed as you can.
So,
I think it's a fair reaction, you know. This guy jumps out at your friend and you like lash out to try
but that's
out.
what I'm thinking it is, because she's gonna, it's gonna completely frighten her, because she's not used to battle and combat and all this kind of stuff, and she still is kind of getting used to all these kind of powers. Only kind of.
You weren't in this session, but a goblin, like a sneaky goblin like this, did very nearly murder you in the last kind of combat with goblins, like very nearly.
Yeah, so that's why it's even scarier to have them. That's why she was so worried. So I think with that turning around, she's gonna see what's happening, and she was probably trying to use more of a sliver than the mind whip, and probably accidentally use that out of fear because she doesn't know her own strength still. And then it happened, and if he, you know, with the whip being psychically damaged, like it probably bleeding from his eyes and his ears, and it's probably just twisting him, and it's happening, and she's just standing there trying to cast it and then being like, no,
Yeah, so
God.
as you kind of lash out with what you thought was a mind sliver, just that force of, oh fuck, Arthur's like in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I have to help my friend, and it just this rush of energy kind of causes it. If you hear it, like you can almost see that shimmer of like kind of greenish light taking the air because you're psionic stuff. It's visible, but only barely.
Yeah.
As you see this like greenish flick of light crack in against the wall and whip out, and it catches this goblin like on the neck as it lets go, and you just hear it as it goes flying and hits against the wall of the other side of the chamber and hit the heap.
Yeah, and she'll assume
And slumps
that
down.
it is just kind of like there. Like, she'll know he's probably dead, but been like, I just hurt him a lot, right?
Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please, as you did that?
It's okay, he's just sleeping.
A 5.
Trying to justify murder here.
I'm gonna say, as this is your first kill, and you've kind of made a point that Alara is very freaked out by this, she kind of goes a bit catatonic.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that sounds
your
about
next,
right.
yeah, so your turn ends here. You guys, you kind
Yeah.
of panic.
Oh no, she's in full kind of like, oh God, what have I done?
Yeah, and yeah, it's like Arthur. You immediately know that that goblin is definitely dead.
Yeah.
Like you heard the crack.
The plan of stab it, claim the kill is not going to work because it's been
No.
there's
You're not gonna get your punish. You're not gonna get a Punisher season 2 moment. It's like you didn't kill him, I killed him.
yeah.
Okay, so with that bringing your turn to an end there, as you kind of feel the guilt, Alara, buddy, you are up. Jeez, I did not expect that to happen today.
Buddy's
Did
peeking
I?
around the corner here, see what's going on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And these little black circles, what are they, Cardick?
They are kind of just rocks on the ground. Some of them are glowing slightly. It's kind of where the source of light is.
And then he's going to produce another flame and kind of fling it underhand like a bowling ball. It's going to come around in an arc and hopefully hit this thing. Oh no. That one on a spell.
Oh, roll a D100. And also, Kate, if possible, could we get a kill counter on screen for Alara? As Dave has requested in chat.
Now you've opened the floodgates.
That's a 72.
Oh no! That's not going to be good. Oh, you bite your tongue as you cast. So, I'm going to need you to roll a D4. You take that much damage.
Okay.
And you are unable to use any spells for the next minute that require verbal components.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. But he just kind of gets tongue-tied and crimples over it, hold in his mouth, blood streaming out from his tongue.
Yeah, it's painful. Like, you're no permanent damage, but you're like, you know when you bite your tongue and you feel like it's swollen up a bit? You're like talking with a lisp now and it's just fucking up at your mouth. It's not that you can't, it's that you have a feeling that if you try, you're probably going to have something backfire because you mispronounce a word.
And I can't cast anything with a verbal component for 1 minute.
Yeah, so you just have this distinct faint memory of the last time you kind of had somebody got stung by a bee in the mouth. You try to cast a spell and it was just like, you thought it was going to be produce flame, but instead it was create a bonfire, and you just made a much bigger fire than you expected.
Okay.
So, buddy, is that it for your turn? You still
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kiva, you're up. You see Buddy just all of a sudden go, and you also hear Alara probably let out whatever. Yeah.
We've started making her kill counter. I will finish it in a minute.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm going to. How far can I get? I have 45 movement, so I'm going to just go to this guy and hit him with my Jagamahuri. If I can get my character sheet.
Yep.
to show
Your
me.
spider staff, yeah.
There we go. It is 19
Hits.
for 6 bludgeoning, 6 poison.
Okay, he's still standing, but he's kind of wobbling about a bit.
I'll have an unarmed strike suit him, so.
How do
24.
you do this?
I'm just gonna hit him so hard he'll just turn around a few times and then fall on the floor.
There's the. Yeah, and he is. You just that kind of throw it as he cracks his head against the wall. He is dead. So, you assume this is where combat would end, as you don't see any more. But unfortunately, this guy did pass the stealth checks against your guys' passives. So, creeping out of the shadows again, Alara, as you're kind of still freaking out about what has happened, another goblin draws his blade and approaches. And Keen, I will say, you probably noticed this. Arthur notices this just as it's about to happen. He's going to draw his blade across, and he's going to do a multi-attack. There, 1 second, I need to move him on the right layer. As the goblin cutthroat goes. So, change layer, tokens. So, 2 dagger attacks coming at you. So we're going to go stab. It's a 24 and an 18 on yourself, Alara. If you have a shield, you can still take reactions, etc.
Yeah, she does have shield. If she could take a reaction for that one, she would probably.
Yeah.
Oh no, do you know what? No, she
Up to
probably
you.
wouldn't use it. To be honest, she's so frazzled after what's happening. So, my armor class, is 10. So no.
We need to get you some armor. You sure you don't have?
No,
any
she's
leather
no
armors?
armor.
I feel like you picked up a set of leathers in one of the dungeons. Might not have equipped it, but we'll come back to that after this. Maybe you
Back
just
to
haven't
it,
put
but
it
I
on.
don't think she put anything on.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you chose not to take it there. It was the first dungeon you went into. So, you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage as this kind of cross slash as he just chops out and he goes like that across your back. That is it. Oh, actually, no. He's going to take the disengage action. We're going to retreat into this corner here. Standing with his guard, kind of like that, ready to kind of hack at anyone that comes at me. He's like,
Fuck's sake, I can't see him now.
oh, he's in dim light, so he's actually, he's harder to see. As he is that. So, yeah, that is it for his turn. Next up, we have the dead person and Arthur. You did see which direction he went. He kind of just stepped into the shadows.
Yeah, so I'm actually just gonna chase him.
Yep, that's fine.
I can't see him. But, like, is he just in front of me?
Oh, yeah, you actually. Yeah, he stepped out into the shadows, and you don't have dark vision. He's actually proper in the shadows. I am happy for you to roll a perception check. See if you can.
Yeah.
Outside of an action. You will have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay. I still want to fucking die, so I'll try it anyway. Perception. That's a 10.
You swing and a miss, probably. You stab where you thought he was, but he's just here to the left of after that. You hear, oh, over here, cunt.
Someone could control some fire over here, that'd be great.
That is, for you, Max, you're up.
Yeah, I don't know. So my rage just dropped because I've done nothing.
No, you took damage last turn. No, you didn't actually. Yeah,
No, I didn't.
You didn't deal
No.
damage either. Yeah, your rage has dropped.
So I'm no longer
Yeah, I see.
slightly upset. I heard some noise. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. I'm gonna go this far, but I'm not gonna go any further because I've heard some noise. But you know, it's Arthur. He makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, I will say from there you can.
For someone
I
so
assume
quiet,
you
he
can
makes
see
a lot of
Alara.
noise. Yep, I can
assume
see
you
it.
can yeah, you can see Alara's probably like hobbled over there with the big slash mark across her back. So probably
I'll
looking like
probably
she's seen better days.
actually, I'll probably use my action to I'll say dash, but it's more of a leisurely
Saunter.
walk. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to start moving probably in Alara's direction.
You do see
Seeing.
as you walk out, you do see Arthur slashing into the darkness. You can't really see, like you don't have dark vision either. So
He's not right, that boy.
no,
He's
you
really
see, yeah,
not.
but, yeah. But that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Alara, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm in two minds for how to play this one. I think for this one, she's going to, because she's not thinking straight, she's going to be severely angry. And she's going to get up and stand up, turn around, and kind of try and face that goblin in the corner.
Yep, you can see him with dark vision.
And she's gonna, you know, tilt her head, and you know how the eyebrows with the eyes just,
Kubrick star.
yeah. And she's going to magic missile him straight.
What level?
We're gonna do it probably at 3. She's
Hey, so that
very angry.
is 5d4.
Origin of the story.
5d4.
Okay, get that kill counter ready.
16 points of damage.
Oh, okay. He's still standing. And I'm just gonna drop this into the stream in the aftermath channel just to show you, because.
But then she's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20 to be right in front of him.
Yeah.
After that. And
You make an
just
intimidation check.
intimidation, okay. Oh, she's not very good at this. An 8.
No, yeah. He looks hurt, but he's still kind of like, ah.
Yeah, she's trying to be as intimidating as possible, but I mean, she's in a pretty green dress with pretty blonde hair. I mean,
You're covered in blood, though.
yeah, it's probably weak signs, but she's trying her best. But yeah, she's just gonna stand over him and just stare at him and not say anything.
Yeah, so that is it for your turn. Buddy, you're up. Paddy, you might be muted. You spoken?
Sorry about that. Buddy hears what's going on. He comes down here, and it's just a low kind of sound as his sling is swinging, and he takes him, and he says, "Take this!" And he fires the sling at him. 19 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
4 bludgeoning.
Thwunk, and yeah, just a and then he hits the ground.
Lovely. Right.
That is it for combat. I'm gonna drop out. Drop these out of combat.
We all
So-
okay, guys?
Oh, good.
Lara, you good?
She's not saying anything to anyone. She's just staring between the one that's in front of her and kind of like the. I know she can't entirely see him, but she knows the direction in which she's in. Her very first kill, it would seem.
I'm going to attempt the gambit. I was like, oh look, yeah, he's still alive. And stab him.
Roll deception
Yeah.
at disadvantage. I think
At
she knows
disadvantage.
herself.
I like even I don't even think he thinks it'll
Yeah.
work.
And my perception is my passive perception is 20. I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's perception, not deception. But you know, I'm just
yeah.
gonna
Oh.
say it probably
Oh yeah, sorry.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I think Alara knows herself, with especially with psychic magic. I
Yeah.
think you feel the switch.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to
Yep.
Lara and kind of put my hands on her arms and just go, are you okay? Because she is concerned.
She'll flinch and she'll just be like, I'm fine. We have things to do. And she's gonna kind of brush it off and unfortunately be a little rude. Like, she doesn't mean to be, but this is very traumatic for her. And she's going to take one of her little potions of healing she has
Yeah.
while she does that, and then she's gonna go, well, what are we all standing around for? Let's go.
I will say, you've now noticed that them two came from this door here. I forgot to open it.
If we have a
Okay.
quick route on their bodies, do we, excuse me, do you find like a app or anything to helpful?
Not really anything helpful. You find that symbol that you found before
Okay.
of shot the eye with the
Bur-
3 prongs. I
burn
think.
it.
Yeah, okay, burn it then.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Do I have a description of that? I don't. It was in the notes that did get lost. Yeah, I believe it was like an eye. It was like three prongs coming out of the top of it, and then like a spike at the bottom.
What's in the other door up the top, guys?
Sealed door there.
Okay.
There's
So
no
the
handle.
door. Are these 2 doors sealed as well?
You haven't checked?
I'm
Buddy,
gonna check this one.
I'm gonna need both of you to stop there and give me DC 15 deck saves.
I'm going to use this a boon.
You can use a boon, yeah.
Please.
My thing has frozen, so I don't see what you've rolled. Give me 1 sec here.
Ooh,
Well, I've
not
rolled
good.
Roll 20 has decided to not cooperate.
That's okay.
It's fine. You don't need to see my roll.
One.
Not 1. Okay, that's yeah. Well, kind of as you step towards the door, you do feel like you've stepped in something, and then you look down. You see a rope around your foot.
Oh fuck.
Both of you are pulled. So, buddy, you are pulled into this
Well,
next room here.
I rolled a 15 in total.
Oh, you didn't. You managed to save them. You're actually fine. You feel yourself get pulled, but you manage to kind of stop it, and as you kind of impact the door, as it starts to slide upwards.
Okay.
Kane, unfortunately, you get dragged through this door as it opens,
Back!
and you just get pulled, and you are now dangling from the roof in this corridor here. Buddy, your door slowly slides open, and you're going to see. Oh wait, no, they're on the wrong layer. Shit. Ruin the reveal. You see 2 goblins which are sat on the ground eating.
Okay. Can I cast? Oh, there's.
uh, uh, get him! And then, yeah, what you're casting, I'll let you, because you got the drop on them.
I could have just cast Moonbeam on the first guy here, this little fecker.
Yep.
So there we go.
I'm going to say, because just to avoid having to go into initiative, there's only the two here. We're going to do this as a bit more of a fluid combat.
Cool.
So you drop your Moonbeam. Okay, what are these guys' dexterities? I'm going to say they're going to react last because you got the drop on them. You hit them, they're going to take the one that's the kind of multicolor token, is it?
This nearest one to the door.
Skirmisher, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a con save, is it?
Con save DC 14.
It's 15.
15. Okay, well, he
Takes
saves half. Yes, which is 6. It is half, isn't it? Yep. So 6.
He gets a really
radiant.
bad moon burn.
And what Buddy's going to do then in terms of movement, he will move back to here.
Yep.
While maintaining the moonbeam there.
Yeah, Kiwi, you see this happening. These two goblins are still kind of starting to scramble to their feet and look for their weapons.
Shoot arrow at him, or can I move?
Yeah.
Let me see how far away he is.
You can take your full combat turn.
Okay.
I'm just not using it's two goblins, so I don't want to use initiative. Essentially, they're part of the trap, so that Buddy had got pulled in, they would have been able to hit him while he's tied up on the roof like a pinata.
Yeah, so that's why she's not gonna go in, because she's still a bit like I don't know,
Yep.
but she's gonna do a my short bow. Which is if it rolls. Hello? No, there it goes. Fucking 9. That's a nat 1.
Oh, roll D100.
Yeah. What's with the nat 1s?
I
That
don't know,
is
guys.
32.
32. Melee weapon attack roll 32. You attack your opponent as you begin to fear that they're superior combatant. You get the feeling that this guy that's sitting there just like with a it kind of looks like a human arm in his mouth.
Oh, okay.
He's like holding the hand and biting into the stump of the arm. He kind of looks up at you and just like scowls, and you're like, and he kind of like drops the hand and settles into a combat pose. You're like, oh, I recognize that. Oh fuck, he knows how to do that.
Okay.
Like you're thinking, it's like, is this guy a monk? He's not. He's just probably seen somebody do it. At
I'm
some
intimidated.
Point. Yeah. So you've I believe what's that? That is 32. You have disadvantage in your next attack roll against your target.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that is the only two in the room. I'll say Max and Lars, you're still in the other room. You kind of don't really hear this going on just yet. The moonbeam, you hear a of magic. We'll get to Kian now. Kian, as you're dangling from the roof here, you notice. Where is this? Here. Now it's not that big, but there's a spider crawling down the rope towards you, and it's big enough. It's not like a full square size big, but it's big. About that.
Okay. In a moment of panic, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the spider.
Well done.
Okay. That's a 5. I will take a boon. I will use a boon if need
It's
be.
a spider. It hits.
Okay.
So, as you reach out, and this is your first time, it's like almost like you're trying to swat at it, you feel this dark energy, and like it feels rotten, begin to crackle in your hand as this blade of shadows and like red mystic energy lashes out and slices through the rope, cutting the spider in half. The rest of you hear this resounding crack as like the sound barrier is briefly broken by this kind of arcane blast.
Ow, my back! I'm just after falling!
And you hear in your head, It's about time.
I wanted one of your abilities. I didn't need any of the rest.
And yeah, you hit the ground, the spider is deaded. You're lucky because that thing had a nasty bite.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it.
You would have been
this is-
paralyzed for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, paralyzed. Not a good thing to have.
No. Do you have
Okay.
multiple roll? No, that's fine. So yeah, we'll go back to...
I can move.
Yeah,
move.
I'll let you get up and move if you're half movement because you have to get up from prom.
And then I have bonus action dash to here, to where the rest of them are.
Yeah, you see these two goblins coming in through the door. They are gonna walk in. I'm just gonna have them go for Kiva.
Will the
this
second
one's
one
going
walk
for-
through the moonbeam, Carrick?
He will,
Finish.
now in a second.
Yes.
Where is he?
Sorry.
Sorry. Stab. Does 12 hit?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, no, 12 doesn't hit. And walks through the moonbeam. He's gonna take a DC something save. This one really goes to here. Con save. What's your DC? Well, it doesn't matter. 10, he's gonna fail. He's gonna die. So he's a weak fella. So as he kind of walks through the moonbeam, he's like, "Oh, this is fun. This is." Then he just kind of bursts into flames and just falls to the ground, rolling and screaming. But he's, effectively still dead. And that is it. You guys can retaliate now.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Either of you, yeah.
Just because he's in front of me, I was just going to try and hit him with my spider staff.
Yeah.
I know I'm at disadvantage, so let's see. It's 14 or 14.
Hits.
So that is 7 points of damage.
Exactly what you needed as you crack this guy across the jaw.
I'm also going to use a free action to shout, Lara! Max! The fuck are you doing? Get in here! Even though the danger is now past. For now.
So you think?
Hmm.
Yeah,
So-
Arthur.
What happened to you?
Ow. Oh, fell me back. There was a spider. I stabbed it. Ah.
Whoops. A spider?
Yeah, it was like fucking
Stabbed
this
it.
big.
Which hand did you use to cast that?
I feel like he used his sword hand, which would be the right.
The nails on the sword hand are blackened and slightly pointed.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I stabbed it. Back. Scream. Here we go.
Have you got a problem with spiders?
Really don't like spiders. Really don't like spiders. And he has his hand in his pocket.
He's hiding a bite, hiding a zombie bite.
He's being suspicious.
He's
But
been here
Archer's always suspicious. So adding more
very true.
suspicion doesn't actually add more suspicion. Fucking hate spiders.
Yeah.
Okay, ever since I was a kid,
Let's see. What was through your doors that you stabbed the spider?
More doors.
More doors.
There seems to be a stairs in this one.
There is, yeah. It's a stair going down.
Do we want doors or stairs?
Well, we're trying to find something deep underground, so probably stairs.
We might as well just check to make sure nothing's going to come behind us again.
Yeah, God, we wouldn't want any more spiders creeping up on us. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I have arachnophobia, okay?
When
The funny part is Kiva's wielding a staff that has little spiders carved all over it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I go in here and I see this spider, I'm not going to do post-mortem on it, but can I tell it's been Eldritch Blasted?
It's definitely been obliterated. It doesn't look like a stab wound, but he could have stomped on it afterwards. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
There is a
stomp on it again.
There is a strange smell in the room that you can't quite put your finger on. It's like some sort of acrid, burny kind of smell.
So I'm gonna
Is-
go down here, but I'm gonna be watching the floor for ropes and shit.
Yep. If you want to make a check, you can.
Excuse me.
There's a door at the end of this.
Uh,
can- It's not locked, or it doesn't appear to be locked.
23 at investigation.
Yeah, you are fairly confident that the only trap that was set was there.
Okay. I'm sorry. What'd you say about this door?
Yeah, it's a door.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I thought you said my. Well, can I? I'm not the trap person. I'm used to being a rogue. Shit. I will.
I'm not
step
that
back
type
and
of
go-
rogue.
will we try and open it?
What's the worst that could happen? And I open the door.
Spiders.
Roll it. No, it's it opens. Yeah. Hey, Sparkles, Mandy. Thanks for popping in.
Hi.
We're having a pretty good game. Yeah. As you can see, if I don't know if you're familiar with my game or not, there, but Alara, our sorceress, has made a point of never killing something until today. 11 episodes in, and she
Yep.
whipped a goblin to death with her mind. What is it? That infamous line from Tenacious D song, "With mind bullets." It's telekinesis, Holmes. Yeah, you enter the room, you see a chest.
Well, no.
That looks like your kind of
Dusty-looking
thing.
chest.
Okay. Just in case it's
On
like, I don't know, full of
its
fucking
own inner
spiders.
road.
Is there anything else in the room?
There are rocks.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it at at the chest.
It bounces off.
Is there any
I'm gonna...
smells in
You
here?
hear a
That...
thunk. Yeah, it doesn't smell great. It's got that musty, like mildewy, like holes, ruined smell.
Okay.
Stay
Is it
away.
like
Let's-
locked?
I'm
Is
gonna
it
stay here, but
locked
I'm
or
gonna
is
be
it-
watching Arthur very closely because I know he's a bit.
Roll investigation. You want to check?
I'm not touching
It's a dwarven style chest, so it's kind of. There's no visible keyhole.
That's a 6.
You think it's locked. You just can't seem to find the little clasp or whatever how you open it.
Max! I need you to break something.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna run in. Which one? Sorry, which door do you go in? Not that one.
The one on the right.
That one? No, that one.
Other
Oh,
one,
See, I'm
Max.
moving. That one. The other right. There we go.
Yep.
Where is he? There he is.
Yeah,
I'll come
just
charging in.
break the box. Just try and break it open.
Big, heavy wooden and metal box with dwarven carvings all over it.
Ha. I am going to. I'm going to observe the box.
Okay.
And take my axe.
Yes. The great axe and the battle axe.
Battle axe,
The new shiny one. Okay.
the shiny one. Yeah, I've only ever had a battle axe, so it's
Okay,
it's all
fair enough.
it's all battle axes.
You just got a shield.
Oh, yes, I have a shield as well. So, and I'm going to kneel down in front
Yes.
of it. Bring my arm back with the battle axe in it.
Yep.
I'm going to try opening it with my other hand.
Roll investigation just to see if you get better. If you get better than Kin, you find the quick, sneaky mechanism.
That's 22.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
reach in and it's like there's this dwarven face carved in. You just kind of twist it and then the face splits down the middle and then a seam forms around and it's supposed and there's dust everywhere.
I did
No
it.
trap, it's just you get a face full of dust.
I did it.
Good job, Max. I know I can always trust you to open boxes. What's in the box?
What's in the box? No. As you look in the box, there are a number of most of it's kind of decayed by now, old paper and Max reaches in to try to pick something up and just into dust.
Fucking ants.
You do notice some scribbles on it. I'm gonna need a wisdom save from yourself, Max, as you kind of look and see a symbol. A very
Turn on
familiar
the-
symbol.
Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
That symbol, yes.
That's a 21 with
Yeah.
a nat 20.
You managed to, you recognize immediately what that is. That it's, and just kind of, before reading further, kind of just look away. You caught enough. Like, Max hasn't really been paying
Turn it.
attention.
I turn it in Arthur's direction.
Do you
I
read?
don't. No, I don't. I don't. That's just mean.
Yeah.
Well,
You assume you're
So-
in.
so I'm going to look at the box.
Yeah,
No, I see the symbol.
you do?
Do I see anything of value in said box?
Really now?
Okay, no one's to look at the box. Okay.
It seems, when you look at it, it seems like you're looking at an old journal and there's a few pages and towards the end, so it's, this symbol has been drawn over and over and over again.
Okay. So,
I looked at the
Tyrion's just been
box.
kind of. Yeah, Max, it's fine. Jeff probably started here, so be very careful what you look at,
Oh, fuck
please,
that
and
noise.
thank you. Yeah.
Kiva runs back to the middle room.
Well, no, not this room specifically.
Oh,
Was he in the box?
did you
No.
let him out?
No.
How would Jeff fit in a box? Who is Jeff?
His painting was in the box.
His
Okay.
painting.
Yes.
What?
But Jeff wasn't. But how can Jeff start here if he wasn't in the box?
Not the
But a
box
painting of
specifically,
Jeff
not
was
the
in
room.
there.
This
You
mountain.
don't make no sense. I'm gonna walk out because boring. Let's talk of
I-
Jeff in a box.
I think I looked
Hey,
directly
Gubby
at
Rush
the
could have been
camera.
Jack.
Yeah.
There is
I
no
look at
camera. They
I
don't
look
exist.
directly at the camera and go, he's the only one who's going to actually survive this because he doesn't know what's going on.
Pretty much.
It's
Has
the
anyone,
worst story of my life, really.
has anyone ventured down the room with the stairs yet?
Not yet. I don't
No,
think.
Buddy is trying to see writing at all, and he's kind of scuffling around on the dust in this room and the main room to see, like, is there a mosaic map or anything like that you might maybe find in a fancy-ish sort of.
Do you have any sort of magic that would help with that? To clear, like, those, do you have a process?
Oh, thunder! Yeah, a thunder wave.
No, that would probably damage the room.
There's the room.
Yeah, thunder damage damages structures quite well.
Let's see. No. Fog cloud reading word. No.
Yeah, if you scuttle about a bit, you can kind of reveal bits and pieces of a faded mosaic of a dwarf.
Okay. And no writing or anything like that. Or
No, not really. It's supposed to be a symbol of, like, probably who was buried here.
Okay. And nothing on the doors. Nothing to identify it, separate them out. Okay. Well, I'll wait for the others and slowly wander in
You
this
do
way.
look like I suppose looking around, there does seem to be like the dust is thick everywhere, but there are areas where it's less thick, like shapes and stuff there. So it looks like this place has potentially been cleared out.
Okay, as in stuff removed.
Stuff has been removed, yeah.
Okay. And Tharkin is supposed to be here, isn't he? So he says.
Nearby. You
Yeah.
did also, your last message was he was attacked by goblins.
So is there any, well, very difficult maybe, but is there any signs of human-sized feet versus goblin-sized feet in the dust?
Yeah, there is, yeah. Mostly heading away. So you would have noticed this in the other room. Going up the other way.
Okay, I'll point that out to the others and say, surely this is what we're looking for. Let's see here, these prints are probably Tarkin's.
Yeah, there's 3 sets of more humanoid style prints. No, 4. Dark and there's 3 paladins.
Heading which way?
They would have been in the original room you're in. They had it. If you were looking in here, they would headed this way.
Which way? Sorry, I didn't see any ping.
This way. I'll shift thing.
Ah, okay.
Up the stairs.
Oh, so maybe we should. Yeah, maybe we should, like what Buddy says, and follow. We need to find Tharkin.
So you're heading that way instead?
Don't know. No.
Were we at like the? Was the mountain going up, or are we going like
Up.
I think we have to go.
up?
Oh, up.
Yeah.
I thought we had to go
So the
down.
map-
So
but we need.
you've gone in, down
Yeah.
a flight of stairs. I think that's about 30, 40 feet down.
Hmm.
But you had gone up. You yourselves had gone up a couple of 100 feet already, like as a bit of a hike
Okay.
to get to where you are.
So yeah, we're basically in the middle of the mountain. Is what you're saying?
Not even in the middle.
Not even in the middle, but
You're
okay. But
still very low down in the mountains, but yeah.
okay.
Like, there's a shelf that has like a
Yeah.
massive shelf here that has the library. Like I can't remember the name of it exactly off the top of my head right now, but there's a library there that's surrounded by a forest. It's an incredibly well-known part of this. I think it's the Iron Mine monks. They're buddy, you know quite a bit about this. They're reclusive. They do not speak to outsiders whatsoever. They actually don't speak in general, and they're collectors of knowledge and like lost histories.
Okay.
Okay, well, we need to find Tharkin first, anyway.
Right,
So let's do that.
Yeah, so if you all want to start heading this way, then you can do so. This is the way that the footsteps lead.
kind of tracking the footsteps as I go, looking for
Yeah.
any signs of.
Stairs. As you get up the stairs, there is the signs of a scuffle, and there is also another chest.
Okay. I'm not particularly interested in the chest. That's not to say the others aren't. I don't really want to mess with the kind of sacredness of this to the dwarves.
And Kiva's scared about Jeff, so she's not going near any fucking chests.
Which
I
door?
think I do at some point stop you and go, okay, you should be able to look at this stuff now, just to be clear.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
safe now because of the ring.
Yes. Say, like, and I show my fake ring, saying, I also found one.
Okay.
Let's keep that quiet from everyone else. Okay? Just from now until I can find some more. We can talk about it. We're fine. But we can't tell that to anyone else. I know
Yours
that sounds
doesn't look
super...
like mine.
Your one is dwarven, mine's elvish.
Ah, okay.
Okay?
Inside check?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's your own fault. You're suspicious as fuck.
Roll deception as well.
Yeah.
18.
Bullshit.
Oh,
How?
jeez.
Oh, and Anna
So
not
full of
20.
shit.
What the fuck?
So full, like you immediately know, like you look at that ring and you realize that's like glass. It's not even a diamond.
She's not going to let on anything right now.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of going to give him that, you know, like when you're talking to a toddler about, like, this is lovely tea. She's going to do that one of, okay, we can both talk about this now. That's good.
Okay.
So she's letting you
Um,
know she doesn't really believe you, but she's going to
Yeah.
play along.
Great. Man is literally selling his soul to save you all, but, you know, all he's getting is suspicion.
Because you keep lying.
Yeah,
Because
don't be suspicious.
he keeps lying and being suspicious.
Yeah, you have a fairly high passive perception. So I'm gonna say, as you get closer to this chest, there's a weird liquid on the ground underneath it,
Okay.
and like a slime.
Ectoplasm.
Something.
Just
Okay.
before I leave this room, I'm gonna write Jeff was here in the dust on the floor, and then
Yep.
follow everyone else wherever they're going.
Yep. Okay. Yep. You do that.
This looks like slime, not blood.
Alara,
like-
you were muted there.
Rooms with the chalk.
You make marks. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It looks
make
at-
sure that the rooms that we've been in already.
It does have a bit of a pinky red hue to the slime, so could have been blood at one point.
But like, I don't think there's a fresh body just being put in there. Is what I'm kind of getting at.
You'd have to get closer.
Should we look at this chest? There's ick coming out of it, or should we just ignore it?
Well,
Let's.
There's
Well,
ick. I don't know what the ick is, but look.
Let's just have a look. I'm gonna try and open said chest.
oh, Arthur, yo.
Too late. He said it.
I said it.
Oh my god.
I mean, this man is curious to a fucking fault.
Okay,
right?
so first of all, you stick to the chest.
Oh no.
Immediately, your hand is stuck. Second of all, the chest opens its fucking mouth and is gonna
It's a
bite at
mimic!
you.
Oh, I've never
That's a
fought
17 to
chest
hit.
That hits.
Yeah, as you reach out, the chest springs open and just slams down on your hand.
Great.
I'm gonna need us all to roll initiative.
Yay.
I will say, I am wearing gloves. So, like,
Gloves are stuck.
I can take the gloves off.
Yeah, but then you'd be risking revealing something else, wouldn't you?
This is true.
The claws.
The claw. Get a bit of Cry Havoc by Tabletop Audio in. Is that everybody in?
Yup.
Yep.
So descending. Okay, top of the turn order is Arthur. Did you take the how much damage did you do? Oh, I didn't roll the damage. You take 7 piercing plus 1 acid.
Great.
Those gloves are actually melting to your flesh right now.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
But they're
Gonna
not
need new
magical.
gloves. And I'm going to. Oh, I've forgotten that. Yeah, I actually no, it's fine for now. I should have taken temporary hit points for killing that guy earlier.
You can have that one.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to stab this thing.
Roll to hit. Misses.
Will a boon help in any way?
Potentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a boon. I have a boon, don't I?
I think so.
Inspo as well. Everybody has inspo. Just remember.
Yeah, boon and inspo. Yeah.
That's 4.
Yeah,
That's
that's
13.
exactly that's what you needed.
Perfect. Lovely. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to click. I want, so, 13 piercing damage. And I'm going to
What's
use...
the condition for your sneak attack as a swashbuckler? Do you want to put there and that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure it still works.
Because you're grappled, so I just want to make sure because
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've not played in a game with a swashbuckler before.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, you still get your sneak. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that being grappled wouldn't affect that. So you're not
Okay,
restrained,
so
yeah.
Okay, I am being grappled. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
your hand is like stuck to its thumb.
So I can't bonus action disengage or anything.
Nope. Well, you can, but you won't really be able to move.
Won't be able to move.
It's an action to pry yourself free.
Yeah. Can everyone please kill this as quickly as possible? And that is my turn.
Kiva, you're up.
No, it looks pretty icky. He was gonna
pretty
go
gross.
around this side of it. And try and hit it with her spider staff. 25
Yeah, hits.
for
What, you hit it with staff or hand?
staff.
Get your staff sticks to it.
Oh no, 10 bludgeoning and 3 poison.
Yep, you cannot pull your staff away.
What? Sorry.
Your staff is stuck to the.
Okay. Do I unarmed strike?
It doesn't seem affected by the poison.
Okay. I'm trying to decide whether to do unarmed strike or not. Because I will stick to it then too.
I don't know if Rep is still in chat, but he'll tell you the time I got my hands multiple weapons out my backpack and my hands stuck to a mimic before as my barbarian. So.
I stick to it when we kill it though. That's the thing.
Well.
Oh, I was pressing the wrong spider staff. I need to remove all this. Too much stuff. No, I'll just stay here, forlornly looking at my spider staff, going, nah.
Yeah, it's just like as you try to pull it away, your hands actually come away first, and it's sticking out of it, and a weird thing, and an eye just opens up right beside where it is and looks at you. Max, you're up. Yeah, you see this chest trying to eat your friends. You're like, what?
Meh.
Honestly, probably not. Max is a mercenary. Probably not the first time you've seen this happen.
It's probably their time.
Yeah.
Max, can you break the chest, please?
It's alright. Don't you worry, Arthur. We'll just take the arm. It'll be fine. As I get my battle axe out.
Yep.
Just give him a look. It's like, no, you're not doing that.
I'm thinking. So I'm not gonna. Might do it. Do you say these black circles are like rocks and stones and
Yeah.
just general shit?
Yes.
I'm gonna get mildly sick because the slime and the ick is a little bit off-putting.
Yep. Is that it?
And activate my rage.
Okay. There's the I vomit as my action.
That gives me a 2, which is on my other fingered majigger
Yeah, so
page, which gives me something to fire. Ooh.
Ooh. Burn the slime.
I am going to do that, but not just yet. I'm going to go over to this rock, and because I'm ultra strong,
Yep.
I want to try and pick it up.
It's a pretty big rock. It's about 5 foot by 5 foot. I will need a strength check, but you have advantage.
You can have a strength check. Strength. Did you say with advantage?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, you pick it up that way.
So that's 20. Advantage on. Oh yeah, advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So I'll pick that up and carry it as far as I can with my remaining movement.
Yep. There.
Because I want to try to get close enough, hopefully not to hit Arthur, and I want to
Yep.
kind of
Chuck it over Arthur and land it on the mimic.
hunt it at the mimic. Yeah.
Yeah. So roll a d20 plus your strength. You don't have the time roll feat, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it is an improvised weapon. Now, I don't really like the rules for improvised weapons because sometimes if you throw a big ass fucking rock, it's going to do more than D4's worth of damage. So we're going to say roll a D8 plus your strength modifier.
Yes. D8, which is going to be a 6 plus 4, so 10.
Yeah, that's the damage. Do you need to roll to hit first?
Yes. Let me
So
do
it's just
that.
D20 plus 6.
D20 plus
sorry,
strength.
D20 plus strength. So I think that should be plus 4.
Yeah,
right?
7.
Okay. You didn't roll a 1, so you don't hit Arthur, but you kind of go... And you drop it behind you. Like you just... It's too heavy to hit up and over. Hi, Dave. Yes, so you don't manage to do it. I will say, because you've had to pick it up and carry it over, that is probably your full action.
Yes, I will. I will be happy with leaving it there.
Yep. Okay. Alara, your turn.
She's still very out of it really at the moment, so I would say she will just sees Arthur tethered to it. So the only thing she can think of doing is tethering it to her in a way, in her theory. So she's gonna try and catch Witch Bolt on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a save or a roll to hit?
It's just a roll to hit. So it is a 16.
Yes, hits.
Oh, it hits. Perfect. So she is going to cast that at first level, so it's a 1d12.
Yes.
This is only 2 points of damage.
Doesn't seem to do much.
No, but it is.
It's kind of, yeah. I mean, it
Yeah,
does more damage over time.
So she's just gonna kind of point there, and the lightning's gonna kind of keep going out of her.
Just give it a little
Can't really-
car moment.
Yeah, and that's really it. She's not doing much, to be honest. She's very.
Yeah. That's it for your turn. Then, Buddy, you're up.
Yeah.
You see, just mimic, just chomping.
Yeah, he's a little bit bemused almost by this. It's a bit strange and a bit confused.
You've
as to what to
probably
do.
seen a mimic before.
Yeah, the stickiness is a tricky one. So he's going to try something. He's going to try and cast Reduce on it.
Shrink it into a big mimic.
Which, well, hopefully it'll be small enough. I don't know. Hopefully if it's small enough that we might be able to. I don't know how small it's going to get. Half size, and then.
It'll put it down to
sorry.
a normal sized creature. This is a big, statistically, not much stronger than a normal mimic. I'm just going to give you that there, but it is a bigger than normal mimic because it's a big chest.
Okay, its weight will be reduced to 1/8.
Yep.
According to the reduce. So I'm hoping that the two guys will be able to manhandle it. I will try this anyways. I'll try and cast Reduce. Here we go. So it's a spell save.
It's a con save, isn't it?
Sorry, con save. Yeah, con save DC 14.
When he's an inspo?
You can.
21.
Oh, you're shaker, yeah. Okay. That's
You're not
it.
shrinking my mimic.
So, Buddy's just mumbling
I
away.
wanted to mimic somebody for so long. There was one in the other room he didn't go into as well.
Buddy's just standing there and he's making these weird hand gestures that are just like it's over and over. Nothing is happening. So Buddy
The mimic's
is...
eyes just kind of go and look at you.
Oh no, Buddy does not like this. So Buddy is going to use his movement to move back to here, and he's going to start fumbling around his back, and that is all he's going to do for now.
Yeah, so it's gonna Arthur. It has you grappled, so it's gonna keep biting you with advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So 23 to hit.
That hits.
You're gonna take 8 points of damage. 6 piercing, 2 acid. As your gloves have melted away now. I would say at this point your arms are nearly kind of like stuck in the mimic's mouth as it's kind of pulled you in.
Okay.
But it's your turn.
And it's looking pretty okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's nearly bloodied. Doesn't really bleed though, like a normal thing. Yeah, so.
Do I have advantage because of flanking?
You're not currently flanking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just try and escape.
Yes, strength check. I would normally allow for dex, but because it's an adhesive that you're stuck to,
Yeah.
it's kind of strength to pull yourself off.
I'm gonna use an inspo.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get away. It hurts
Okay.
a lot. And like the arms and sleeves of your clothes are absolutely ruined and melted.
I really like this outfit, okay? And I'm going to bonus.
Kiva, with your massive passive, let's say you notice that his fingers look a bit weird, but like he's also had his hand in a mimic, so
Yeah. Mans are not always gonna look weird, are they?
you don't know.
What was I gonna do? Okay. Okay, I can't. That doesn't work for this. I'm just going to.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna do bonus action.
Disengage. Yeah.
Bonus action disengage. I'm gonna get fucking 30 feet away from this thing.
Yep. You disengage, doesn't get an attack of opportunity, so you can move as far as you want.
Yep. There you go. And that is my turn. That's my turn.
How could she pull her? Could she pull her staff away?
It would be a full strength, be an action strength check to regain your weapon.
Okay, I will do that.
So you're just gonna forgo your attack and then just try to pull your stick back.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
hopefully I will get it, and then I can use my key point on strength.
If you want to flurry of blows, you do have to actually hit it with your attack action first.
No, it's not for flurry blows. 9 isn't going to do it, so I'm going to use inspo.
You do need a 10. You want to use a down?
Have I got a bit? I do. Okay, boom, it is. I'll roll it anyway. 3.
Yeah, you snatch the staff back. It smells a bit funny now.
And then I'm going to use a key point to Step of the Wind.
Yep, you can disengage and move.
Boop-a-doo. I'll move to the other side of the room. And yeah, stay there. And that's me.
Not very much movement, but yeah. Max, you're up. Your rock fell on the ground behind you.
I am going to pick this rock up again.
I will say, because you've passed the strength check the first time, you can pick it up without having to try.
Cool.
You kind of know how to do it, and you have to form technique.
I know. I need to, yeah. Bend from the knees and jerk the back and all that. Yeah. I'm going to pick the rock up. Take a step towards the mimic.
Yep.
And I will bring the rock down on it. Yeah, when I say on it, I'm kind of going for the mouth, trying to shove this rock in the mouth in a forceful manner.
Yeah, shoving rocks and goes.
Forcing. Yes. Forcing rocks.
I'm still here. My feet just went. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Mysterious voice from beyond. So same again.
Yeah, just your strength plus
strength
plus d20, and then
oh, I like that.
Strength.
Look at that. That's a natural 20 on that.
It's double the dice with 2d8 plus strength.
2d8 is that's shit roll. 4 plus 4, so 8.
8, yeah, you smash it across the face. You crack a few teeth. Can I get a d100?
Good. Yes, you can. 100.
That's never happened before. Okay, you strike with devastating force. You roll an additional set of damage dice above and beyond your damage roll, and the target suffers 1 unit of exhaustion, and the target gains a permanent injury chosen by the DM. The permanent injury can be healed at extended progressive length determined by the DM, but the attack leaves a scar. So essentially, I want to say roll 2d8 again. So another 2d8, yeah?
That's still pretty shit roll, but it's 5.
Better than it was. I will say, because a permanent injury on a mimic isn't really going to leave much, you managed to wedge that rock down into the chest, and it can't open its mouth wide enough to get it out. So you kind of jammed it in there. It can't use its bite attack anymore.
Sweet. Fucking
Pseudopod is arguably worse, but
fucking mimic bastards.
Yeah, nobody likes mimics.
Is that all I'm gonna do? Am I gonna run away?
Actually, Kate likes mimics.
Oh no.
Did you show that off recently? Because I remember seeing something. I was like, I want to mimic somebody.
Somebody gave
You're
me
mute.
a Christmas first
Yeah.
time.
Nice. So yeah,
We have a
that is-
couple.
yeah, a few of them around the gap. That will be it for your action.
Yeah, that'll be
here.
it. That'll be it total, I think.
Yeah, so you're staying within the combat range. Okay, Alara,
Yes.
you're up.
So Alara is going to stop her witch bolt, and she is going to labyrinthy get a chromatic orb
Yes.
full of
Paranoia's
fire to see if she can. A 16.
16 hits. Yep. AC 12.
Okay, so she is going to do it at first level. And
Nice.
to take 18 points of fire damage.
It is just about still standing, but it is now blazing.
And she's just standing there, very just passive of being like, okay.
Max, it kind of shifts its on its weight and looks at you, and like kind of that large tongue, like is flopping out from underneath the. Like the tongue is pinned outside of the mouth. It's kind of flopping up underneath the rock. And buddy, it's your turn.
Yeah, Buddy sees the damage that the fire has done.
Fucked up.
He puts his hands like this, and just goes like that. Little ball comes up, and then just much like bowling or road bowling, he'll just take a little jaunty little run here.
Underhand.
Underhand throw again.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let's see what happens. That's in an 11.
Do you want
That
to use
is-
boon?
Yeah, I have one, haven't I?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, the 13, unfortunately, just
Oh.
splashes against the rocks again.
You
Yeah,
also
you-
have inspo, Paddy.
Is it worth it for mine? I wouldn't think so.
There's a few inspos
Oh, there's a
there in
few.
the pool, but yeah,
No, I'm not going to waste an inspo on it.
you're probably gonna need them. Yeah, so yeah, you kind of just straight into the gutter instead of you didn't get a strike, you just
Yeah,
nothing.
he just
Is that
coughs in the bit of dust that's risen up from that. Yeah, and just looks sheepish. Yeah.
So it can't bite anymore. So it's left with one choice: the pseudopod. So Max, because it's really pissed off at you, out of the side of the chest, the wood kind of splinters and when it misses, it kind of catches the underside of the rock and bounces back into the ground. So Arthur, it's your turn.
Okay. Steady aim, shoot, fire.
Yeah, well, your rapier is still kind of stuck in this thing, so yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Ooh.
Okay.
Magical rapier. So I'm gonna say it's not broken, but it's wedged behind this boulder. So
Great.
stab it in the mouth.
I did stab it in the mouth. So I'm gonna aim, shoot, fire.
Yeah.
That is 22 to hit.
Yeah. Hits.
I don't. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to add the fucking sneak attack. There you go. That is 21.
Yeah, you hit,
Yeah.
and you absolutely eviscerate this thing. So, just kind of bring the session to a close, as Kira does have to be up very soon, and I only just saw that message now. Yeah, you kind of skewer this mimic. Your arrow goes in through one eye, out the other side of it, and then the chest just kind of shudders and begins to kind of melt into like a pile of flesh and gore. There is some loot in there, but we'll go over that at the start of our next session. I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. It's good to be back in the GM chair. Glad to be back working on this game. I have missed it. Thank you, computer, for having a physical save of my notes after I dug enough. Because for those of you who don't know, the reason Game of the Night is I somehow managed to corrupt all my notes files in Obsidian on the OneDrive. Thankfully, I backed it up physically a few months prior, but I completely forgot about it. So I was able to find it, and so I will see you again on Thursday. I believe we're joined by Kira, Dave, Craig, and two new faces to the EC there, who you will be seeing shortly. One of them you'll be seeing a good bit more regularly, actually, in an upcoming stream, but there's enough said about that for now. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye.